Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Steel Division 2. I know it has been a while since I last streamed, but finally I managed to do another one. It's just unfortunately has been some busy weeks, and I wasn't really able to. But now I have some more time, and I think it's time for another stream. So it just so happened that I got also asked today if I wanted to practice with Moobrook a little bit. He wants to try Division, so this is basically a start for the stream. We're going to practice with versus Moobrook, and then we are going to see what we do then. Probably just some quick play with whatever division I specifically want to practice. So the matchup is already being set. He wants to try for Felpina. It's his first time playing this. And yeah, due to the current tournament, I also want to practice some of my divisions that I do have in my roster, my army group. So I decided to go with 13th. We are gonna play on Kostritsa, so that is also set. He basically, of course, wanted to try it on a map that is suitable for that division. And I, of course, picked the division that I think at least is suitable for that map too. And, you know, I've played this once or twice. But I don't have that much experience with it. And one of those times was getting absolutely destroyed by Curb. So there's a part of the experience with this. So I do have some time left to build the deck. Hello, Grim Guy. Hello, Hey, Visna. Hey, Schüssel. Hello, Solarfine. Nice to have you here. But yeah, so I do have some time to build the deck and have a little chat with you guys, and then we're going to start our games. Or our game, actually, it's not games, multiple. So we want to have some recon, no question there. We're going to do a nice double vet since we can. Second one, maybe don't need it, maybe do. Maybe we should take these guys. I actually like this quite a lot. You know, for 25 points, a bit expensive, but it is a recon unit. It's one that actually survives a little bit, and it can fight if absolutely necessary. Is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it's more expensive. Do you need it? Probably not. We're going to leave it at that for now. That should be enough for recon. Now in the tank type, we do... There's some choices to be made here. Because we do have the question Serini versus Stug. And the Stug has a slightly higher rate of fire. It has a higher accuracy. So it's more likely going to kill armor. Considering that most armor is not really threatening our Stug too much except for the... what's it called? The one tank that has 1750 meter range and landing radius of 10. This one could be... this one could be a danger, and this is where the Srini's high armor would definitely matter. But I think what's going to be more important is to, as quickly as possible, eliminate some of these tanks. Because most of what Vorfalpina has is light armor. So having the higher rate of fire and more damage and more accuracy, in my opinion, matters almost more. Guys says, I've seen Serini farm medium tanks. Yes, but Vorfalpina doesn't have a lot of those. It's basically one specific tank that they do have. This is why I'm considering taking the Stug in B phase and then putting that in A phase and single vet both of them. I know there's no question that the Serini is usually the better choice, but against Vorfalpina specifically, I'm not so sure because again, that accuracy matters. And you don't need 10 damage to one-shot light armor. That's kind of the reason why I'm undecided. Someone asked, who do you think is the most promising rookie right now? Moobrook, his results seem to be skyrocketing. Moobrook is not a rookie. He's far from that. Basically, when he started playing in tournaments, it was already good. Like, it was already Division 2 level when he started. So there was no... I wouldn't count that as a rookie. Most promising rookie. Honestly, I have not paid that much attention to the lower divisions. We would that I would say that would be Division 4, maybe Division 3. So you want to have rookie. Well, so Lafayette, if you mean like leaderboard as in the rank, that one is... That one, I wouldn't really trust that one too much. So, like, there's people relatively high up who aren't that good. Just because if you play the queue at the moment, you can very often get easier opponents and you can just farm your way up. My quick play experience is mostly against rather inexperienced players or returning very rusty players, really. So, again, the leaderboard... Or, for example, there was one guy who just farmed his way up with playing SSB only when it was absolutely broken during Man of Steel. So that I would ignore. Yeah, I would agree with Kerr. Panzeroli is doing very well for a player that is a rookie, as in not the most experienced yet and new to the tournament scene. If you mean rookie as in new to the tournaments, yeah, Morbrook I think is the most promising at the moment. But if you want to like look at people who are actually getting into it and starting to climb, I think Kirby's probably right with Panzeroli. There is another one or two, but I don't have the names from the top of my head. There's some new ones also joining in the current tournament that I'm hosting. So maybe we're gonna get some new surprises. I certainly hope so. But we're gonna have to wait and see. I think Storm is also doing very well, but I still want to see how well he does when he doesn't do the plain opener. Because at some point people will know and then they will counter it. So I want to see how good he can get without that. And I hope we're gonna get to see that. Because he's not playing that poorly, honestly. Like he has shown that he has like a good game sense. I just hope we get to see about those plain opens, really. All right, so that is that. I think the Stug is better here. I really do think. We take out light armor faster than this. In what division do you think second Panzer guy would be if you play tournaments? Senpai, hard to tell, really. I've not played him in quite a while, and here's the issue. He's pretty much a one-trick pony. So in tournaments, you can just ban that. So if you ban second Panzer, what is he going to do then, right? So I'm curious, like, Senpai is another one of these players, pretty much a one-trick pony, and I think it's hard to really assess his true skill. It's possible that he actually is very good and can do play a lot of other things as well. It's also possible that he's really just capable of playing this one division because he kind of perfected that, and everything else doesn't really work. So this is kind of where what you see in quick play does not translate very well to the tournaments. Just because the bans alone. And even if you couldn't ban it, you know exactly what's going to come, so you can counterpick it, right? And then it doesn't work super well. So that's part of the issue. Is the Hungarian diff with the weird AA? And in what sense does it have a weird AA? It's possible, like, I don't know what what you mean. The power trauma is really low. I mean, it is not a fun experience, I can tell you that much. It's like, for me personally, it doesn't matter to me if I lose or if I win. It's not a fun game either way, so why bother? Like, I remember I quit once against him, and that was when I wanted to record a video, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna have any of that because it's not gonna be a fun video to record and to watch. No, it's not that one. But speaking of AA, we're gonna take these in B phase, and then we are gonna take those in A phase. This seems very odd because I pay a 5-point increase for having Raider, but it is significant because it means we can move this faster out of the danger zone, or that is potential artillery strikes. So it is not something that I'm sure is worth 5 points, but I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. Most likely I forget to move them anyway, and we'll never know. But so before anyone criticizes me, which would be absolutely fair, for this, it is on purpose. On purpose. Who would win, second Panzer guy, fifth Panzer guy? Ooh, that's hard to tell, really. They both would just rush in one area and might miss each other or might hit each other. If fifth Panzer guy will win because he has, I mean, what's the Puma going to do against the Panther? If they attack the same area. Also, if it's rather close where the APCR can work. Other than that, I think it's fifth Panther, really. If you spread out, if they don't deploy their massive push at the same place, I think it's hard to tell. But my money would be on second Panzer guy then. All right, we do that. AT should be easy enough. I wish we had AT rifles, which we don't. So for those of you joining freshly, I'm going to play a practice game against Morbrook first, where we are going to play 13th on Kastritsa versus his 4th Alpina. He has never played it, so he's going to try. And for me, this is about the second or third time playing this. I think third. although the games so far have not been great. We need light 18 A phase as fast as possible, so there's no question there. Now there's the question about Puption versus the 40M. So this thing has more range. This thing has, yeah, I mean, it has extra pen that we don't necessarily need. I like it for the Raider trade, but I think in this matchup it's just not necessary. And I think we'd rather go with the more of the fast ones. We 100% want those. In B phase, we're gonna want to have more of the Raider ones. I'm gonna save up some of the cheaps for now because we might actually need them. And these in A phase, I think we can do without actually. Yeah, Kerb, so he has Fourth Alpina in his list of divisions for the tournament, and he has never played it, so he wants to practice it. And I have 13th in my list, and I have not really played it in any setting where that would resemble a tournament setting whatsoever. I played it once against you. Actually, that resembled tournament setting, but you just destroyed me before, like with your opener, so I couldn't really test the limits of this. And there was once in the queue. It was a weird game against a new player, so not really that much to see there. So I do want to give it some practice. We could also consider taking these for the open. Actually, kind of like the 88. Maybe. Although, we maybe just take the Serini as well. For that, no. We're going to take these for cheap support guns. We're going to take this because it is an absolute monster on Kostritsa. I think we actually... we don't maybe not take the heavy artillery. I think it's too heavy, and we just get easily outspanned by a ton of those lighter Italian guns. But maybe this one we could do the trick. I don't know. Let's try. Let's try it anyway, then and see how it goes. We could do the off-map plane opener. Well, there's a bit of an expensive one for that. I'd rather have it 100 points. Off-map and B-phase, I think, is a no-brainer. So, that's good for now. As of the Air Force, we can air spam a little bit. Shouldn't overdo it, though. I definitely want to have this, and I want to have this. We want to have an AT plane. We want to have recon to spot for it, because he's going to use a lot of light armor. This thing is, I think, worth it if there's not a lot of AA. If there's a lot of AA, it's going to be tricky. Same for these, really. Oh, this is what I was looking for. This thing, very good. I'm going to take that. And then we're going to take the medium resilience, decent. Yeah, okay. Low, that's okay. We're going to take those in B phase to continue a little bit. Actually, they're going to do it the other way around. Where is it? There we go. A phase 2, that's enough. And then in B phase, we can take this with wet, which is going to mean that it has a better time aiming with those rockets, which is going to matter when AA is shooting at it. It also means that when there is some AA, it's still going to get the rockets off, which in A, there should not be as much AA yet, so it's not as big of a deal yet. You go all out on the air spam for things, not that good. You should never go all out on the air spam. You have to be very, very careful with that. Because it easily lets your ground not enough defended enough. So, alright, we're going to need this because Moorbrooke has them as well, and Moorbrooke will use them. And I personally think our infantry is going to need them anyway. We're going to bring machine guns, no brainer. We definitely want to have them for beef as well. Now, this thing is actually quite good if we decide to go with this spam, which I don't know yet. In Division 1 when? Probably never, honestly. I do plan on practicing a bit more, and the goal is to really get in the grind and hopefully be better in in Season 2, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get into Division 1, realistically speaking. If I would invest a lot more time into Steel Division, maybe, but I don't really think that's going to happen anytime soon. Not because I don't like Steel Division, obviously. I do make content for it. It matters that much to me, but it's just, yeah, there's time for other things as well. And for making the content, which is actively taking time away from playing 2. So most likely not. We'll see. We'll see what the future brings. So I want to have... So these guys are quite good in my opinion. So we're going to take one of them in B and one in C phase. We still want to have some of the cheaper ones in B phase, I think. So let's see. Then we are going to bring these guys. We need some actual flamers. So otherwise we get easily overwhelmed by what he has. And we need some more CQC. So this is basically what we take. Now this thing's actually not that bad. If you compare it to Lovash. I mean, look at the loadout. Same price, you get a grenade. You get one more rifle, which is also a straight pull rifle, which is nice. So, like, this is kind of a hybrid unit. Now, we'll still lose inches machine gun range. We'll lose against LP because of the machine gun. But other than that, it's actually quite nice. We're also going to take these guys because we need our AT on our infantry. We can also take them in the groups. That gives us a little bit of early speed. It's going to be Moorbrooke, Ipasa. Your friendly neighbor. Kind of. These guys, not worth taking. These guys, very much worth taking. I mean, if we need more CQC, you know, a TNT thrower for 20 points, if you're not playing against Axis, or most Axis divisions that get that now anyway, this is still okay. You know, you get straight pull rifles, you get some machine guns, it's large, so it might actually survive. So that's not bad. But still, that is probably going to be better. We have to take it into slow ass transport. It is what it is. I think Thunk needs to use more hotkeys. Yes, I know. I know. And I still make mistakes, but it is what it is. I think we are actually going to do something really stupid here and only take our leader in B phase. With this division, I think it kind of works nicely, because this is when you actually have your pushing potential, and you get, you know, you get a radio with it, which you don't get in A phase, and I think a radio is important if you want to use these guys efficiently. But we still have some points left, and I also should hurry up, because otherwise Moorbrooke's going to have to wait, which I don't want to happen. We definitely need more stuff in A phase. I think for B phase, we're kind of set with this. We have kind of decided not to really use any dedicated CQC and just use the hybrid ones. Would you mind explaining the difference between the straight pull and the bolt action rifles? I didn't even know there was one. A straight pull rifle have a slightly higher rate of fire. Now I need to find an example with... I don't think they do have... there's no bolt is near, is it? No. Okay, I'm just going to explain it. But they do have higher rate of fire. In some cases, they have, for whatever reason, also more accuracy. And now, what you have displayed here, that rate of fire, if you compare that to other regular rifles, it's usually not that much higher. But as you might know, there is a stat sheet where someone has collected the extra, like all the extra hidden stats that you don't see. And you will see that this actually really makes a difference. Straight pull rifles are a considerable upgrade over bolt action rifles. They're not nearly as good as a semi-automatic rifle, so they're not like a G43 or an M1, but they are definitely better, and they do add an important bit of firepower to those units. Like, it does make a difference. So when you have them, it just makes your units better, and usually it doesn't come at a price increase. Like, it wouldn't be justified to slap a price increase on any unit that has them, in my opinion, but it definitely makes them better. So this is the important thing to know there. Maybe even take some of these in B phase to help out with the light armor. Maybe we should take more of them in A, actually. We only have 2 of them, right? Yeah, we do only have 2. Regardless, in A phase, we have the choice between these guys, those without AT, which and one more rifle, which I think is not worth it, because we need the AT against Alpina. And we could also take these. Honestly, with the military police, I would not mind. I wouldn't mind that. I absolutely hate those guys, but I think if you compare them with this thing right here, which can actually fight for 20 points, gives you a decent unit, that's actually okay. So that's pretty decent. But maybe just finish the rest. So we have one more unit that we might want to take in here. In A phase, really. That's going to be either line infantry. So either we're going to move this, we're going to take other line infantry, or we're going to take the spam, which is also like line infantry, but I think you get the concept, right? Over here, I think I'm good with this as it is. Maybe this is a nice addition that we might want to have. Yeah, it's going to have to compete against the Italian support weapons, so maybe let's keep that up. Do we take this? I don't know. Do we need more 18? Maybe take these, also an A-phase. Yeah, I think that feels right. That feels right. You want to have some long-term defenses with the Solothurn Lobash. And for the start, we do have more Panzer I think that's a good balanced out deck. Isn't it weird that there's almost no videos about macro skill in all CT YouTube? Yeah, there is a reason for that. I am trying to get it done eventually, but it's a big topic, and unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with experience. It is not so easy to, like, I can give you some general concept of it in short, but then most of the times you don't know how to apply it then, right? I can give you the general concept, but how do you do that? When do you see when it's time to do that, right? So that is one of the issues. At the same time, I can also go very detailed, but it's very hard to generalize it enough to not have a 10-hour long video about every case, and even then there's things you miss. So this is why there's not that much macro, but it is something that's definitely looked after, and it's on my to-do list, but as you see, I'm very slow with guides anyway. But it is something that when I started playing, I felt like was missing. I remember getting all the micro things explained by TechPower, and I was always wondering, like, where is that one thing that I need to know? And the truth is, as Curb says, it's very difficult to teach. It is something that requires a lot of experience at the end of the day, and it just has to come. But what is more important is that you are aware of certain things so that you know how to learn this faster. I think this is the thing that I could do the soonest, probably. Where I don't try to teach someone exactly how to do the macro right, but more talk about some traps and some general principles that, you know, you just have to pay attention to yourself, but at least you know what to look out for. That could be a thing. Okay, so in A phase, I think we're gonna go with some more. Okay, let's hold on. If you get those, if you were to get those, and we get these. We would still have points left to take... this is probably going to die too quickly against the light armor. I could see this as two snipe transports. I've seen Curb using it in one of the few... in the few games that I've casted from Curb when he was not good yet. It was not bad then. That sounded wrong, but before he came as good as he was. And he used that one. I never really considered it. I would still not consider it, but if you want to snipe transports and don't have to face light armor, why not? I could see that to be a good choice. Do we want to have more air spamming anyway? I don't think we need to. You don't necessarily need more artillery, although having more... Well, we do have plenty of recon. That's not the issue. Radio is the issue. Or just take the Srini. I think this is the way to go. We want to have Strix in B phase still to deal with the light armor, but the Srini is so good, I have a hard time not taking it. I think. All right, I think this is a good build, more or less. It has its issues, it has its flaws for sure. All right. Hopefully Moobrook didn't have to wait too long. Let's... Oh, did I try to join? Oh, no, wait, what? All right, there we go. We are going to go to Kastritsa. And we need Axis versus Axis. My new build. And... invite to Moobrook. Let's wait for him to get ready. The ME210 will one-shot the P-48s. Not sure you need the AT plane. Well, the AT plane can kill multiple things in one go. The ME210 cannot. Thanks, Tristel. Didn't know that. But I'm glad I made someone join the competitive side of things. Oh, that reminds me, I still need to put that out. I wanted to rework it, but decided that it's okay as it is. I still have a video on... I started my 3 tournament guide series, and I did 2. The last one I was not sure about. And I think it was just a little bit long. That's the only critique that I got, the criticism that I got. But I haven't really worked on that. I should put that out at some point. It's basically uploaded. All it needs is a thumbnail, and it's good to go, really. Eric Fuhulpina. Well, it's his choice. What would you play, Curb? I would play Vanguard, but I know Koenig likes it balanced too. So I'm curious to see what you say. Kekla says Gus God isn't doing good, and it's sad to see. Feels bad when you're losing a lot. Yeah, and I you know, it's one of those things. It was like with Roy in FOB Arena. I personally think it's a bad thing if someone is in the wrong division, or if you have to put them there, but they're not because they're too good for the lower ones, but they're just not up for the upper divisions. Because then in kind of spot where you lose a lot and it's not fun. Like I you know, I feel for him. Because at the end of the day, it's also about fun. There's like some players who play in a lot of tournaments and know they pretty much always lose. There's 1 or 2 of those, or they used to. I haven't seen them in a while. And I have a lot of respect for those guys because I would not be motivated at that point anymore. Like, I like playing the game. I like, you know, being happy with my plays even though I lose. But you also want to win at the end of the day. So, yeah, sad for him at the moment. I was kind of wishing I could put him in the lower division for my own tournament at the moment, but it was kind of, there was a few people that were basically on the same level and had to put some of them down to make the brackets work and some of them not. And this is how it unfortunately ended up in the upper one. Man for me, but math is alright, I guess, as your passer. Yeah, I mean, I think math still works. But I would also say Vanguard. Curb says, I'm not an expert on the 4 Filipina, never played in my life. But I've seen it Van, and probably for good reasons, considering lack of AA, armor, and your main strength being fast like that. Yeah, I would agree. I think it's very nice. Very well summarized. He does not have any recon bombers from what I know. No, he does not. Yes, the off-map lane though. But I don't think he pulls out a Koenig. That is a very rare and special way of deploying it that I really only see with Koenig. We're going to have to put something down here defensively. Oh, yes, snipers. I forgot about that. But I think only on his leaders. We want to have some AT in the center too. We can definitely put some over here. Now, if the light armor takes this road, that should be okay. The problem is our AT is not the fastest. How fast is it again? It's still 80, right? Yeah, it's 80. It's good enough, really. Not ideal, but good enough. We put it like right here. Don't want to go to the edge. It's just going to take too long. You want to load as soon as possible. Like, worst case, you cannot probably... Like, you could also drive up here. And it's actually better. Because then you don't have to... It's not hidden. And, you know, if we don't see any light armor coming, we can still put it, like, over here, defensively. But if you see a light armor coming, we leave it here. Then it's going to be unloaded in a place where it can actually fight off the light armor. And it's probably going to take it as long to get in here than it will get over here. Probably even faster. It's in the open, but hopefully that's not going to matter that much. He's ready, and I've spent too much time talking. So let's get going. So he has flamers, which I don't, so he can get in here. This is not something that I can get with my deployment. Not realistically, at least. If he decides not to contest it, we can, but this is not guaranteed. But we can put an AT gun over here at least. So we're going to push in here later. I think the main deployment is going to be in here, and then we slowly push over there. This one... We don't have the best kind of units to fight over that. So just basically, just for some educational purpose, for those of you who don't know. Over here, there's basically 2 ways of defending this that, in my opinion, are the best ones. One is you can accept that you lose this flag and just don't want to allow your opponent to continue pushing any further. Then you just take CQC and defend this. Alternatively, unless you have hybrid units, of course, that makes things a little bit different. Alternatively, you deploy line infantry and decide you hold this line over here, contest the flag. Maybe one CQC unit to make sure that you can also push into here. But I don't like having both there because it makes your deployment relatively expensive for holding one flag. And that is not worth it, in my opinion. I'm sure there's different opinions on that. I'm sure I'm going to get criticized for that too. But that's how I see it. We want to have a recon. We should also, forget about that, we should also put recon in Church Tower. Always put recon in Church Tower if we can get it. Now we're gonna send that over here and we're gonna unload it over there. I don't want it to drive down the road and then get sniped by light armor. That's not what I want. So in this case, it's a little bit risky because Moorbrooke can get in here fast. So line infantry is risky, but I don't really want to fight in the CQC over there against him. So the strategy is going to be wild, but bear with me. We're going to take these guys and one of these so that we can fight off light armor if needed. We're going to have this guy unloading here at the edge. And we have... Do we have the military? Yeah, we do have the military lead with it there. There we go. And a 50mm mortar over. Yeah, that one needs to get close. Kurbas, is it worth putting recon at church? Can it see over the forest? It doesn't look like much of line of sight. I mean, church towers are always misleading, right? But you will actually see things in here, back here, in here as well. So it is 100% worth it. I don't think you can see over the forest. This one, I think partially you can. I'm a little bit. This one, I'm not so sure. But yeah. You can, like, this area here, you can definitely see things. And that is already very crucial, because if you want to attack this, it gives you quite the edge there. This one, again, not sure. I think you can see some things over here. I've definitely thought I had in the past, but I might be wrong. And again, you can see things over here. So, like, if there's a yay there, it's quite nice to see that it's there. So, in my opinion, it's worth it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a must-take, but... now, this is also good because in case Moorbrooke decides any cheeky plays, we do have things in place for that. I'm playing 13th. So, for relatively cheap, I can kind of secure myself off here against the Panzerschreck sneaking through. So, this is why it's useful. It would actually be cool to try that out once with the church tower. So... Well, yeah, compared to Harrow, it's nothing. But I still, from my previous experience at least, it works. Like, it helps. But again, might be wrong. Alright, we're going to try and get some things in there. Oh, you know what we can do? Nah, we could put that there as hybrid, but I just decided that's going to be okay. Alright. Stop. Sorry, guys. I need to speed this up. I thought Moorbrooke is going to wait otherwise, and I think it's a bit rude to let him wait for too long. I mean, he knew what he signed up for when I asked for if he wants to play on stream, but this is not ideal. This is no good spots here. I never find any that is worth things like that. Actually... Okay, since it's for defensive purposes, actually, maybe just putting it into the open might actually be the way to go. Good, alright. Put one of these in here to find off any light armor that's coming this way. And we are going to put one, like, over here. They are affordable at the end of the day. Alright. So we need to establish a pusher eventually. I definitely want to bring the leader stick. Oh, this one is radio. I forgot about that. I don't want to have it on the road here too aggressively, since I don't know if he opens up with an AT gun. So... Actually, we're going to bring it over here and then we can shift it as needed. But covering that open area off over here at the start is not the worst call, in my opinion. Good. Good. Now we're just gonna deploy a bunch of infantry in here and over here. But I think we're mostly gonna... I think it's not, generally speaking, the best play, but I think we're gonna go relatively defensively in A phase. And let him hopefully push with his light armor, grind him down a little bit if we can. And then we go really pushy later on. Because the infantry, we do have quite some CQC, but it's still not ideal. We are a little bit slow, and I think, you know, he's probably going to be aggressive with the tools that he has. So if you can use that to our advantage, yeah, it's actually quite good. Though I might not have enough AT. Deployed some everywhere, but let's see if it's actually going to be enough. Over here, actually what we could do, this would be a safe way of doing it. We can get in here. We're going to take one of these with us, because we're going to need it. We're going to push that way, maybe. That could be an idea. Let's put two of these into the mix, together with one of these. Actually quite a lot now, considering that we don't have armor support. Hold on, the 31 is the AT1, yeah, then we definitely need... Okay, we don't need both of these. Then we can do the same thing over here, and slowly get ready over there. Put one of these. Leave the road over here. Ready. Good luck, have fun. That is quite a long waiting time. I'm really sorry, Mulbrook, if you watch this later. In case you do. Yeah, I need to change my habit a little bit when it comes to how to behave while... What is this? This is... Well, it won't really shoot down my BF-109. Alright. A lot of transports, no light armor, so we can change this deployment over here. Oh, that's the wrong one, I reckon. Oh, the Schwimmwagen, I forgot that he has those. Light armor over here, but not an awful lot. How about here? Yeah, there's some. Okay, good. We're gonna move that over here preemptively. We're not gonna need it over here, but we might need it to hold this. No. Alright, okay, he got in here, so we are gonna unload over here. Ooh, not really what I wanted. Okay. Oh, that's the air alarm for this. Alright, in the center we're gonna bring AA. He will air spam me eventually. Is he trying to pin his... Okay. He's actually succeeding. Oh, there's an airstrike coming. Shit, that's gonna hit both of them. Yep. Don't have any recon left. Okay, change of plan. We're gonna go defensively over there. We're gonna accept the loss of that. It's not worth sticking to. You have to know when you're beaten, and in this case we are, I think, beaten there. Alright. I'm a little bit slow. I think this is the biggest issue that I have versus Mulbrook. He's just way faster than I am. Alright, we're gonna kill that off. We need to that for us to be able to push over there. Good. And then we need our own over there. Yeah, and he is good with the 50 mils. I am not. I'm not that used to them. Like, the general issue that I've noticed whenever I play against Mulbrook is he's way faster with everything than I am. Just way too slow these days. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. Alright, this can potentially guard those. We're gonna need some more over there, and we are definitely gonna take an AT thing over here, just in case. Has to push through. We're also gonna need something in here. Gonna have something that can defend itself. Right, I think it's time we're gonna get some support guns in here. I want to load it directly in the face of those. Alright, he's invested, I think, quite heavily over there, so should be okay with pushing this a little bit further. Ah, yeah, this is... Okay, now it revealed itself, that's good. I would just have to bring her on. And I think we're going to get artillery going early on. I'm going to get in there. That's not the fight that I was hoping for. Pioneer, no, we're going to pull back over here. I'm not going to win that. You can just run. You can hide in here, and then you can maybe get your T grenade off there. You can't see that, I don't think. Alright. He's falling it back. Alright, let's move this. Let's get another tank in here. Let's pull this back before it gets killed. We probably want to have some infantry over there. Actually spot for it too. And we should get some AT now in here just to make sure that it can't easily push this. Alright, let's push this forward. Alright. We push. You can keep that pinned. And then I think we're just going to do the good old Q move. Rarely fails to deliver. And you can just open up on whatever you can see here within radio range, so it should at least do some work. Oh, we can see it now. It's good. There we go. Got that killed. Love it. Get some reinforcement over here. And let's... honestly... Did I not call in? I did. Okay. Okay. I don't mind that. Wasting an airstrike on a target like Lovish is exactly what I want him to do. Okay. Good. Yeah, if he walks into that, that's good. Good, now push. Bring a final time. Oh, they're taking this road. Actually, I think this is okay this time. If you can throw your TNT on those, I think we can overwhelm them. We need more AA. I think that's... yeah, he's focusing at that. But so far, nothing has died there. If he's bombing it, oh, he can spot it. You're probably going to try to bomb it, which is not going to kill it in one go. Yeah, he's 100% going to bomb the AA. That's what he's after. Oh, no. Wow, okay. Usually it doesn't work like that, but... I guess. I can be wrong, of course. This one, it doesn't have to get low down though. Alright. It's counter-battering it now. Let's make a move. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, we don't need this over there. We're just gonna go with. Wow! How fast is this thing? Jeez. Okay, it's gonna. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, this is a backhaul actually. I'm gonna lose it. No, I'm not gonna lose it. Should have waited for getting the other one. Damn, I'm not ready for this. Oh, is that much artillery? Wow, that explains a lot. Did not expect that. I did not expect that. I was not ready for that. I need to punish that, but I can't because I'm already down too much on points. Oh, and he has another auto blind over there. Oh, this thing is still here. It just moved. Why did you move? Why did you move? Alright. He's using his artillery really well, and I do not. So. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna lose that. This thing doesn't have AA, AT. Right, we can kill that. As long as they head on me, I'm fine. If my plane can escape, which is likely not going to be the case. As long as there's a recon plane there and so many planes in the air, I just can't stop this. Yeah. This is not even fun at this point. So this is very dangerous because it's pushing with the auto blinder is there, but good. Right. We got enough points for what, 2 of those now. We're gonna put them a little bit further back so that it's easy for him to target them. We're gonna kill that, I think. Pull back. Who told you to push forward? Wait, I had so many of those? Damn, okay. Okay. We need to try and retake this somehow. But yeah, so the best thing we can do is we get focus AA over here, try to slowly grind this down. If we can't do that, you should be able to see them, line of sight tool, playing games with me. The other option that we have, oh, we can actually start spamming these out now. The other option that we have is we just try as much as we can on the ground to grab ground. While not losing too much. That is a key part there. Because what this is going to allow us to do is we can just out-pressure him, kind of. That's how I think the best way of describing the strategy that we're going to have to apply. So, him having that much in the air means he's weaker on the ground. Now, the problem is that my A-phase infantry is kind of wacky against it. But this is not the case anymore. Okay. Now we focus on individual planes. This is where both of us kind of fail you, but these are a little bit better than both of us, so that's good. Good. That's one. Now we immediately move and continue. Now we do that with every plane, and eventually I still has the light armor, and we have got these guys, so we need to have 2 more of those. We're gonna take one of our own 50mm mortars over there, and we're gonna slowly push into these guys. This needs to move. And then the next thing is we're going to bring a leader over there. And we have our own air force to strike back very soon as well. So I think we should stop dealing with those planes. I made a big mistake there, and I think it's time that we correct that now. I lost a plane for it too. Oh, we need to get ground. We need to get ground. Oh, okay, okay. Not good. Oh, I forgot that you can see that. Yeah, this is not now we don't have the artillery to defend it. That kind of sucks. Actually, no, getting over there is not a good call. No, we can't do that either. Alright. We're gonna deal with that this way, we're gonna deal with that way, and then we are back in game. Hopefully. We're also gonna send a leader with this, we're gonna send a leader with this, and we're gonna send a leader. Nah, we're not pushing that anymore at the moment. They're rather far back, but that at least keeps them safe from artillery. This is the main goal here. So we accept getting airstrike, but we try to get them on the way back. Alright, let's move them a little bit further forward, not too much though. And then we can, I think, try to get over there. Should work. It's going for that now, which is okay. We're just going to let him. We can't really contest that too well. So, just going to have to accept it. This thing is still alive. Yeah, not having a lot of armor here definitely sucks. We need more. Oh, no, no, no. I wanted them to go this way and I forgot that. We have to be in line of sight. Good thing is... Spam. As long as those fight are not... good. Got to take back. Let's move him. Let's get more... We focus our AA in one spot. We can't stop this. Or we can survive. If, and that's very important, if we kind of focus the spam at the AA in one area. Just make sure that he can't easily overwhelm us. And then we're going to wipe all of these out with one of these. We're going to have to send one of these in as well. And this will easily be overwhelmed by all the Haggis. There we go. Send one of these in as well. And then we can think of having a go at this if needed. We could take this out, that would be absolutely huge. So we're going to wait for it to turn, and now I'm going to go on the back of it. Because this is like, this is what he needs. This is what he needs. Good call here, Parza. Just, actually I shouldn't take. Well, it's a practice game, so I'm okay with taking advice, but usually I'm not. We're not going to get that. It's okay. These need to spread out just a bit. This needs to be in a position where I can also do something. These need to get in there. And you can just strike that, you know, while we're here. I mean, why wouldn't we? Alright. Good, 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 good. Is it worth bringing a tank over there? Probably not. It's just going to get killed by the airstrikes. I'm going to bring two of those over there, though. Alright, kill that, please. Good. I'll move. And you can attack this. Oh, there's a Pioneer pushing through there. Okay, we're going to fall back to the next line over here. We're just going to have to accept that we lose this. It's okay. Not much we can do. We should put something there, though, to not lose that too. And then let's have some recon there, since obviously there's no EA. Oh, something got surrendered. That's definitely not good. Let's bring more of these guys in, and we have to bring a tank to deal with this. You can also use the tank to later push. Speaking of tank to later push, this one died, didn't it? Yeah, of course it did. There was probably something on the road there. We need more AT. Jeez, this is the speed that I would need to maintain more often, and I feel like I just can't. It sucks so hard, but... Oh, he has a fighter out now. Interesting. It's gonna lose that, isn't it? Can you just focus on that one, please? It's just too movable. Oh, we're gonna take this then. Oh no. I'm gonna lose it. I might not lose it. I'm not gonna lose it. Actually, it's overturning me. No, it's not. Can you kill it? Can you kill that? Okay, I think it's time to just pull back. And go after whatever you have over there. Alright, we spam. This is desperation mode now. We just have to accept that we lose that flank. Can't defend ourselves against the air spam over there. And this is just shredding my stuff too fast. Now we can bring one of these in though. This one I didn't want to fall back, but it is what it is now. Yeah, the problem is these 20 was actually really shred. I guess we have to find a way in there with the off map. It's kind of the only thing I can see right now. I think there's armor, which is a bit of an issue, but we bring this one in. That should solve that. These got held off again. Okay. This should do that now. I lost all of this. Good. This is just how I like it. Things not going very well here. Making a lot of mistakes and not fast enough. Yeah. Yeah. I think I should have been more aggressive early on because I allowed him to do that, you know, with the artillery in there. If I was more aggressive early on, he wouldn't even have been possible to do that. Wouldn't have been able to. So, it was 100. Oh, it was 100% my undoing. My own doing. It was also my undoing. All right. I kind of need to see what is there, but it's going to be difficult. All right, focus on those guys, please. It's not going to be happening. I need to see what's there real quick for the off map to drop. I think this is a good spot. And we need to pull this back, otherwise it's going to get killed by J87. My A can't get on to that early enough. Should lose line of sight? Question mark. It does not. Okay. Might lose it though. Okay, we might actually need to have one more EA piece over here too. No, it's gonna get out. But yeah, my EA is too far back, but I was too afraid of the mortars. You won't have a ton of more Pioneer though, but that's a good thing. So if you turn, now I'm gonna get you. It's gonna fly into all the AA too. And that's pretty much that. Don't need you to here then. There we go. Instead we can go after that. But my AT over there of course died. Oh, no, spot us by the air now. Is the good one? Oh, we can't see. Definitely need AT, but we need to... Can we kill that with a Molotov? The answer is yes. Okay, the Alpini we should defeat. We can push forward now. Okay. We're just gonna have to lose that spawn. I think... The layered defense here is obviously not working. We just have to accept that we're going to lose the spawn. But yeah. This is really sad. This one's used to be my strong map, but looking at how it's going, it is absolutely not anymore. It is absolutely not. Alright, we need AT to push in there. But it's also really surprised by his play. I expected a lot of light armor, kind of prepared everything for that, and then that didn't happen. So now I don't really know what to do. You're obviously idle, which is not good. Oh, hold on. Are you the... Okay, look at that. You just hide in here, please. He might actually win with the SMG and straight pull rifle. Not if he runs into another one. Yep, there we go. He's also going to win that. No, he's not going to win that. Okay, and what I wanted to do is get that in here. Should be hard to get at with the raided trade, I would think. Alright, let's stabilize things again. Somewhat. Let's him move in. And again, I'm making a mistake of just playing into this and not trying to pressure the open, which is where I think he's not focusing at all. If it's going that way, it's gonna get out probably. Yeah. Yes. All right. Oh, forgot about this thing. There's also another easy area to generate value. Let's wait till we have another one here. I can push together. Too much suppression taken already. We might be able to get in close enough for this though. And we need to get some more of these into there, but I'm running out of infantry, which is most certainly an issue. It killed the tank at least, which is good. Oh, I still ended up pushing with it. Yeah, this is... I just can't see myself coming back. I'm running out of infantry. Not out yet, but I'm running too low, and yeah, he's heavily outtraded me. So this is okay if your opponent invested heavily into the Air Force, then you can push and make ground, but it doesn't work that well if you've already down in so much in trade and can't push because you're playing it poorly and don't have the pushing power. So there was a lot of mistakes there by me. I think the first one was really deployment. I just expected a ton of light armor because this is what you get very often. And instead it was a very careful deployment. And I didn't plan on getting any momentum because why would I if I get rushed? And then I didn't. And allowed him to just build up artillery and air. So my whole game plan, as I said at the start, was kind of let him grind down in A phase against the good AT tools that I have. And it just didn't do that. So that was that. And then, of course, more mistakes were made with, you know. And then the next mistake was really made when I just didn't really pressure him. And I did, you know, I made a lot of mistakes, like putting the wrong units in the wrong places. I didn't really use my AT rifle units at all until it was very late in the deployment, and then very late on, which, you know, they could have helped me fight off some of these units, but also my positioning is really bad of them. And Moobrook just put his things into the right spots, and I didn't. So that's how that went. But yeah, so this is, in principle, we've seen it later on, how you deal with air spam. At the start, that was how you don't deal with air spam. So that's kind of the concept. But since this is such a huge thing, you have to do what I did in the end and just group in one area, and you also want to push in that area. The problem that I had was I couldn't really push well because I didn't have the right tools to apply a lot of pressure, and I also lost too many things already. Meanwhile, the A was a bit too far back, which worked since he didn't shoot at it, obviously, but it also meant that I could not deal with as many planes as I would have hoped to. And yeah, so just that. Still, I think 13th has something to it. I will probably play it again against 4th Alpina, but I would probably change my deployment and game plan quite considerably. I might deck a little bit, as we're going to see. GG's Moobrook, GG's. But yeah, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. In case of Moobrook, I basically only lose. So that's not really surprising. All right, let's move on with the next one. So I think I'm just going to hop into the queue for a little bit. And let's see. I think I actually should practice. So I generally want to practice in general and just get a bit better again, but I also should practice the divisions that I use for the tournament, which, if I can find that screenshot, I can show you. Just a second. Still haven't used any. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's the tournament that I'm hosting at the moment. It is basically a rule set that used to be played in the Kingdom of the Noobs. The Steel Division, the tournament was called Kingdom of Steel tournament. And you create your army group with a bunch of divisions, and then you can only play those divisions in all of the tournament. So if we go over, hold on, I need to switch scenery real quick. Over here, you can see that this is the list that I have. Some very good ones. I play only Axis because there's an extra rule that if you get all units of the same faction, you can get some more divisions, and I wanted to take to use that. But otherwise, I would definitely had some allied in there. But just had more Axis ones than allied ones, so I decided to go all Axis instead of all allies. Also, I just noticed that I play allies Axis generally speaking better. I really like Commonwealth, for example, but I really don't play them well at all. I completely suck with them. And the Soviets, I'm getting used to them, but the few divisions that I like are not so good, and those that I like and are good, those are usually bad. So we could practice one of them, particularly these two I like a lot. First Fallschirmjäger and Munte. This is kind of your just standard all-around division with some goodies in there, but this is really just I like infantry division, and I have you know, it's just a standard pick that you can use on a lot of maps. It's not great, but it gives you options. Let's put it at that. Kerb is surprised about my Festung Gros Paris pick. I actually like it. I'm not sure what I said in the playing erosion video, but I think I didn't fully hate it. I think it was like, yeah, this division has some niche fun to it. It just has its issues, which, you know, it is D tier in this tier list for a reason. it has issues. But no, I don't dislike it. I think it's a fun one. It's not a good one, but it's a fun one. I've actually played it also against Moobrook recently. It has flavor, and you all know I like flavor. I probably like flavor more than being good. So there's that. But I know I like it. It has a lot of issues, and I definitely should change the build a little bit. But you know, it's an infantry division. I like infantry divisions. It's as mechanized, but it really doesn't play like a mechanized division. You have some other fun tools that you can use it though. So there's some fun stuff in there. Again, I like it a lot. But yeah, it's not the easiest to play, certainly. But But you know, if when you need a low tier division, like I wouldn't take it again into my army group, honestly. And the reason for that is this division doesn't really have anything that it does that, you know, over other divisions. So I would really not pick that again, because at the end of the day, look, I mean, if you go back to the list, so things like, you know, Rukhmarupana, great for CQC. D tier because it's not very flexible and not the best CQC division there is. Far from it, actually, but it is, you know, it can do good work on some maps. So this one, yeah, this one has a use. This one, well, if you need something for an open map and you want to have something cheap to do it, this one will do the trick for you. And then there is Karl Gerhard, Gloom Guy. It is right here. This is it. But this one doesn't really have a niche. So I'm not so sure if this was a good pick. I actually think it's a bad one. I think I should have gone with a different one. But 10 out of 10. Well, to be honest, I think it's a really fun off map, which is cool, which is why I use it. But also, in all seriousness, it can be quite good sometimes. You just have to use it correctly, which I don't always do, admittedly. But it can be quite good. And yeah. So you have to use it in the right moment. If your opponent doesn't actually bring any AA, you can use this and you can just obliterate an area or at least pin it and move in. Like, it's not that different from a regular off map in that regard. It just does way more damage as well. But only if you hit. So just that. But I actually think it's not bad. It is meme. Yeah, in a way. But it's also kind of good. You know what I mean? It's situational. But it's not bad. Doesn't matter, it gets shot down in seconds. But that's true for most playing off maps, Tristel. I said, you don't bring this when there's AA, you bring this when there's no AA. And then you bring this in another part of the map where there's also no AA. Or if there's still no AA, you bring it again. And this thing will actually do work for you. Like, seriously. Seriously. In pretty much every game that I've played where I had this and decided to bring it, that's the important part. Where I decided to bring it, I got all 3 charges off. So, yeah. But again, you have to be careful with it. You have to use it in the right place. You can't always bring it, but and it doesn't always generate you value. That's the other thing. But sometimes it does, and then it feels really good. Now, if you want to play this that serious, I would not take it. Like, there's better things to take. But for the most part, it's nice. Like, it's what about 25th? Which one? Panzergren? This one? That is also on the list? Or you mean the other Hungarian one, Hatastali? Where is it? Where's 25th? Did I? No, there we go. This is pretty much a plain standard division. Also, haven't changed that in ages. So some of these things are obsolete. I wouldn't take this anymore, for example. I probably would double... No, not probably. I would double vet these. Does this have any special things? I would take this now since the pastor told me that this is actually fast, which I didn't, although in this case I can probably take this and be even faster. Yeah, it's also armored, so... And this thing is actually pretty decent now, so would also consider that. But anyway, so ignore the build can commander also. No. Oh, this would belong in A phase too. So there's a lot of things that need to be changed there. But I like this quite a lot. Oh yeah, these were also from before Sturmpires were buffed. So I'd rather use the micro. That's when I was still better at micro, which I think that has really suffered as of late. I don't know why. But yeah, I used to prefer those over Sturmpires, but they actually get the job done if you micro them. Sturmpires wouldn't. Now they do. But yeah, this is just a very standard infantry division. But you know, you have a good availability there. You have a good amount of CQC, so you can use this on close range map if you really want to. This thing is not too bad now, and you have a ton of good artillery. Now, I actually like this way back more when I was still playing Balance a lot and not tournaments, because now the artillery tab is not as big of a plus anymore. When you do Q grinds and you just go into the Balance grind, this will actually deliver. having so much artillery and good artillery too is going to generate a ton of value. Nowadays, it doesn't do that anymore. If, you know, not because the division has changed, but just because I don't play those kind of games anymore. So it's not that good. But I'm not really going to practice that because honestly, it's just about a standard as it's going to get. So I can use it. It's more a question of when do you bring it. But I think we're going to practice one of the more specialized divisions that I'm not that familiar with, or at least not that used to. So we could take 20th Panzergren for a ride, because I'm really not used to that one. I also should practice these two again, because I obviously didn't play 13 very well, even though I like the division, and Munte I haven't played in quite a while either. So that wouldn't hurt as well. But I think we're gonna go with 20th Panzergren. With long range divisions, I really need to practice. Do I even have a build of that? Probably not. I do. Okay. Let's take a look. So, okay. Yeah, I decided to take a lot of recon, which I would definitely do again, because I think if you have this many tanks, you want to use recon. You need to be able to see things, otherwise you do. We do take... Okay, this is debatable whether we use it or not, but we definitely keep it. Pioneers, I would swap those for Sturmpioneers. The ground attack trick is great, but you've seen my micro. I'm not that good with micro anymore. Or maybe it's just that my opponent's gotten better. So, and now I feel like lagging behind. But I think the Sturmpioneer is better at the end of the day, because it doesn't require, like, you don't pay the micro tax. On top of that, you will, like, if you bring any of these heavier tanks, you will have to micro those. So I don't really want to spend time microing my infantry if I need to make sure that these do survive, because they're way more punishing if they die. One Sturmpioneer is not as big of an issue. That's that. Let's just have one at vet 1 have a leader, Stick Floyd for vet 2. You need so many supporting is like an older micro. Well, I would consider that, definitely. But you don't need a double that anyway. So the way I would vet it up if I played this against a division that I know the Elephant is needed against. But since we played in the queue, no, I don't think you need double that. But we probably want to have the A buffed up. Anyway, let's finish this first. So we have the Infinite tab, which I think is a fine okay. We have this in C phase, which is cheap. I'm considered taking it in A phase though for getting some actual cheap rush potential and having quality lasting long term, which at the moment is not true with those. That's still not bad, but I think we're gonna keep it as it is. Actually, no. You know what? Because our deployment is going to be expensive. This is one of those rough choices. With Maverick, this is either going to A phase or C phase, in my opinion. But it's always so hard to decide where you put it. But yeah. And then we're going to take this in C phase, which means we can only buy 2 at a time with an income that will per tick, which will not be the case with the DP one, but it is what it is. Tank tab, we leave it as it is at the moment. This one, there's not really that big of a difference here. If you look at it, it is double that 1 unit, so truthfully, it's basically the same. It has 5mm more armor, and I know that can make a difference. But other than that, it is exactly the same. It has a turret, I get that. I just don't see a reason to take this, really. Stück Force should survive a bit more, so I'm more happy here taking the single vet. We don't exactly have a ton of affordable armor, so the only other option would be taking this in C single vet so that we last longer. But that's something to think about later. Support tab, I don't think we have any transport. No, we don't have special transport. I think I checked that already. So it is as good as it is. We would like to have ammo. Now here we actually take a commander. Oh, I know this is why I took took the leaders, because that also means I can actually get value out of my commander, which I otherwise wouldn't, at least not to the same extent. This we take not because it's a commander, but because of this. I mean, this is basically worth the price here anyway. So basically paying no up price for the commander capabilities, and that is well worth it. There's no debate there. So this we keep. AT tab, we definitely don't need more advance. 2 is about as much as we can realistically afford. The Yak Panzers are good as well. We don't have more AT guns anyway. Definitely want to have 2 Panther Tracks because one of the weaknesses of this division is light armor, so we need those. And yeah, having 1 A and 1 in B would last us longer, but if we need them, we might need them aggressively in the deployment just to not get overwhelmed in some matchups. So for the Q, I would 100% have both in A phase. AA tab. Yeah, I would love to have more of those because that means we have something cheaper in A phase. I kind of like these to establish dominance in A phase. I don't think moving those to A phase is a smart idea at all because then we might not have enough affordable AA around. So maybe this is going to have to get us through A phase. Now, you could drop both of these. They're not a must-take. At the end of the day, you know, you might as well just take this. It's cheaper, and it has single lead. However, their capability of actually surviving things is really good. And that can really help you. Mobility means also it definitely is not going to... I mean, it's the same as this, but in comparison to other EA means it's not going to lag behind when you move your things. And this thing, if anything gets close, it will survive it. So you can use them. They're more expensive, which will make you think like, okay, I don't want to use that. But it actually makes them survive somewhat. And they can delete things with the flak feeling. Like this thing, I have seen both of these because they can survive 1 hit because they count as fully fledged medium tank when it comes to health. They can take a hit and they will pin and then kill whatever is shooting at them before it can kill them, generally speaking. I'm sure there is encounter where this is not the case, but for most times that I've seen this happening, it went brrrt and down was the other tank. Maybe it took a pen, maybe. But it's alive. Which is kind of, you know, me taking these now is kind of doesn't make sense because I really like to hate on the Whirlwind because it's too expensive in my opinion. And this is definitely true for those as well. But, you know, flavor and things like that. Artillery, we don't need more than that. This thing is actually pretty good. But I'm not sure if we can really make use of it. So just going to leave that. Now over here, not good. I mean, it's okay, but not phenomenal. Not good. Good, but more expensive, and we get less. Still good. We get more. Better agility too. And cheaper. So there's not really a reason to take anything else. The only choice here that you can make is this. I like to have the cheap recon, but this one's actually quite good because it is, you know, medium resilience. Still decently fast. It can survive a little bit. So it's not a bad call either. I think we actually leave this. I'm quite happy with the deck. Again, we could go to 1 elephant. We could go to 2. For the Q, I like to leave it at 2. I think. Still better. Let's see what we can do with this. Now, if we don't end up on an open map, that's going to be tough. Very tough. But we see what we can do. We see what we can do. I hope I have not just named it 20th, because then I don't know which one is 20th Panzer and yeah, no, Panzergren. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I need to change back to the game scene, otherwise you're not going to have any sound, which I don't think you enjoy. But yeah, let's see what we can do with this bad boy. Not the best with it, admittedly, but it's a fun one in a way. And I definitely should use it more. It's one of the best AA tabs in the game. I actually kind of disagree. It has some very strong units, but the problem is it's very expensive too. So I personally don't like it that much, actually. I really value my Flak 43s. Those are just the sweet spot in my opinion, because they're relatively cheap. They have good availability. Like relatively compared to an SKF Z1 or something like that. And they do damage and suppression. I'd rather have this AA tab over like a Bofors only AA tab. But This. I mean, oh boy, this is going to be tough. So he, of course, has the speed advantage. Do we do an elephant open? Oh, we don't have. It's maybe better. Maybe better. Here, now that you heard me talking about it, it's probably good that I can't do that. Because I was about to meme with that. Okay, we have to think how we do this. The town is not something we can contest long term. It's just not going to be possible. For for this division, even Cromwell's count as light armor probably, and we can't really contest that. So what we are going to do though, oh, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep those, but now we have them. I'm going to rush those in. If it doesn't contest the center town, and we are going to put one of these in here. That's going to be it for this area. I'm going to put another one over here. And then another one in here. Actually in here. That's it. The reason why I put it... Actually, we should put this more strategically, like in here maybe. So if those... Oh, that's not the one that I was looking for. Alright, let's just... Okay, one of you needs to go in here. You need to go in here. That's the correct one. Perfect. Because if I lose this, I don't want the front line to go whoop back here. I want it to look like there's something still there. So that he doesn't know that I have basically nothing here. Because once he knows, he will push. As long as he doesn't know, he will not necessarily push that aggressively. That's kind of the whole strategy there. But it feels like it would be better, right? Yeah, I was thinking it too. Especially, that was kind of my next idea since I don't have the elephants now. And it's also better. The 17 pounder will not be able to pen that, realistically. It is an expensive opener though. How fast is it? 32 is super slow. So by the time he arrives, what I'm a bit afraid of is the light armor that he has and the Abbot of Chant just charging through. The Strig is also not really fast enough. Now, this approach over here might seem better at first, but I also don't think it is. But I think the winning strategy for us is we need to win this early on. And we need... Because once we can lock it down at range, there's nothing you can do to contest that, really. We need, like, something over here. And something up here. And that's the whole part of the map sealed off. No chance for him to push through that. At all. We need to be careful for flanking here. But that's about it. And since this is the general winning area anyway, yeah, we just need to be able to pull it off. Grimgar says a couple IGs would shoot at Cromwell up. Yeah, maybe. The problem is they don't have enough heat shells to do a ton against multiple Cromwells, but I think there's no real better alternative than just doing this. I don't like burning all my IG-18s in the opening. I really don't like it. But if we want to win this, we might have to. And if we use them well, if I manage to use them well, I might have a chance of then shifting in a way that can help pressure these areas. And that's what I need, because I need to take them at all costs early on. Which is where these can actually be quite useful to do with his infantry. Right, recon. We need this right here, then we can shift the car over there. We probably want to have some recon. I actually like to put it relatively far forward, like over here. Put the one back here. Just, backing off is, this one works as well. Don't need to go backwards. Next up, we are gonna, oh, might as well just bring a leader. Machine gun. We can put that like up here where it can do some support. And then we need to get in there. Actually, let's pull this out before we forget. Okay. Now. CQC, I should be able to overwhelm him eventually. Now just take one DP, that's gonna do. One Panzerschreck. All of you can go up here. This is probably a terrible deployment, but I'm gonna have to get creative here. I'd actually rather have one of these, but well. Okay, kinda need to free 20 points somewhere for at least getting a Panzer Shrek. But I kinda wanna have I do wanna have my tank up here to make sure that he can't just park a crumble. Well, if you have the Panzer Shrek in there, we don't need that actually. That means we also have potentially to call in a Schrumpire. We're gonna go very aggressively over there. And let's hope that they're not gonna get sniped. We don't support it either. This is kind of the machine gun. We're not trying to. We're not seeing what is gonna happen here. Maybe we're gonna get in. We are gonna get in. There's no debate here. We have to. So we might as well. Open up very aggressively there. And actually just put a lot there. Make sure that we're gonna get that. He doesn't have AT planes. This I know. I was gonna say I've checked that, but I actually haven't. I just know that. So from the top of my head, so I am not too concerned about bringing this without AA coverage. However, the next thing we have to do is gonna get that AA. So with the first, actually, yeah, we should keep maybe the points back that we can afford one of these. So I'm gonna get this. That's not gonna be enough. We're gonna keep it as it is. And then the first income tick is gonna bring us an AA tank. Which are 50 kilometers an hour almost. That's actually not too bad. And this is the Jesus first buy will be a bomber. I also don't mind that, because by that time the Befehlshager has not arrived yet, probably. Oh, I forgot I bought the recon plane. That's such an automatic thing to do. I actually could have taken one less and taken a bomber instead. Another flame maiden here. But yeah, I want to take this as early as possible. Then we're gonna move the Tiger up here. We're gonna move the IGs up here as well, and then we have to focus on taking this. If we get this too easily, I'm gonna hold this back, not pushing up so that it doesn't see it yet. I'm gonna bring those first to help taking this. That's gonna be the plan. So if we get this for basically free, which we're not gonna, by the looks of it, then we focus on getting that. But yeah, as AA. We're not gonna. Okay, so this is off the table. Not gonna do that then. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna go in with half tracks. I'm not gonna react if I lose this. All I'm gonna do is put something up here and something in here. That's all I'm gonna do. He has no support crumble there. 17 pounder is deleted. That's good. Alright. But we are gonna need the AA then. Because we are gonna need the Befehlstiger. But we can stop this. This is good. Now this, we won something over there, but we're not going to win that long term. Don't want you to get too close to the edge. Just stick around over there. Alright. This worked. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you, Grim Guy. Much appreciated. Let's move 2 of those over there. This one will lose if it does not get any more veterancy, which I don't think it's going to get. Alright, that worked wonderfully. Right, make sure not to waste our units over there yet. Alright, you need to focus that. We need a recon for it. We need some support for it so that you can't just drive up with something. Pull it off easily. And yeah, we're gonna have to get something down over here and actually hold this. That should do the trick. Losing this is not ideal. Although the assault engineers certainly do the work there. Okay. We're winning that. Good. And then we push across. And then we push across. This is one spot where it can actually be annoying. So let's take this carefully. And let's push him up here. Oh, wrong. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Now we can put that over here. That's very important. We can push this forward aggressively and see what's there. Actually, never mind. We're gonna do this then. As we planned. Yeah, there we go. Armor's coming in, so we're gonna have to put like a tank or something up here. Good thing is these should really do well against Good. Good, 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 good. Alright, let's put that over there. Boo. Flying directly into it, just a bomber recon unit, which I don't have any more of. Okay. Is he gonna lose that? That would be hilarious. He's not. Okay. It is what it is. We're gonna have to reinforce this for now. I'm gonna lose that. That's alright. I'm gonna have to bring some more. So you can see over there. And then we have to start thinking about what we're gonna do over there. Recon here at all times. Arm as much as we can. Actually, this is dangerous. We need to be careful over here. We can't just go that over here. Because he can move in with a Panzer. We need to take this first, which is going to be a bit tricky. Maybe we can have a regular tank pushing over there. That should do the trick. I don't think there's anything over here, so I'm somewhat confident if we push with this, we're gonna get the damned half track and then we can continue on. This is risky. We put the flamer up there, we can see what's there. Yep, it is here. Now it is out of range, so we need to be careful now. We can't walk over there now. Let's bring one of these up here first, and then we can go from there. No. Let's get a tank over here, do a little pincer movement. Now we should get that. Crusade Ray in now, okay. Oh, okay. 17 pounder over here. Need to head on that. Oh, okay. That is massive. I was thinking like going up there is also not ideal. And there we go. I paid for it. Oh, that's massive. That is a lot of points wasted and potentially cheating now. Luckily I'm following up with this. So... But yeah, this is what you get for not microing your tanks correctly. Something which I'm famously bad at. Oh, we don't want to lose the Panzerschreck. It's going to be crucial. It's very important for us. And we've lost it. Yeah. Oh, I hate this. This is not my... This is definitely not my dream map for this match. Now, it doesn't realize how weak I am over there. He's not pushing yet. But this is now the scenario that I was afraid of, because now he's actually going to pressure me with half-tracks over here, and I can't do anything about it, because I didn't take my Panzerschreck in time, and it's going to get sniped from over there now. We definitely need more armor now. It's not negotiable at this point. But I think I pretty much screwed up my win condition with losing that Befehls Tiger. And now the half-tracks can just bully me. This is the issue with this division. Like, I don't have an answer to this other than a Stück Full, which is crazy expensive for dealing with a 15-point half-track. Alternative flow, of course, would be my Panzerschreck, but it is so close range. It's not really an efficient way of doing it. So, honestly, I'd rather go to the next one. There's not much that remains to be played in this one, because I'm just going to experience the weakness of this division I play against. Okay, it's got a good win rate, so I don't feel bad. But yeah. Oh yeah, true. It's not even a 50 cal, so it's even worse. But yeah, this is really what I was afraid of, and unfortunately he moved that one half track that I could kill there. Then I could have moved my Panther track in position, which I failed to. So, but yeah, putting up a Fierce Saga there was really bad. I should have kept it patiently where I put it first, on the hill on my side, where I could have used it defensively until I got what I wanted, and then I would have been able to push. But yeah, the other problem is if I was just getting out-grounded on those central hills, there was no way I was going to win with this. He was smart enough to also bring AA, so I couldn't really use my J87s to win that, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. Chicherin, not one of my strongest maps. And Tank Division's not one of my strongest either. We're going to try it again, though. I really need to get better at this. I'm just so bad at microing my tanks correctly, and this is just the perfect example of what happens if you do it. So we're going to have to try that again and see if we can do better. I mean, without practice, you're not going to get better, so... Let's see what we can do, or can't do. It's also not a division that I would have picked usually. I don't pick that because I like it. I picked that. It has flavor though, so I kind of like it in a way. But I'm just really bad with tanks. I'm very much an infantry player, so... But I need to learn it eventually anyway, because there's some maps where you kind of have to use tank divisions, or they're at least very strong. And those are also the maps I tend to lose on, so if you ever play any Slutsk maps against me, there's about 80% chance that I lose that. And that should get better at some point. Yeah, the IJ did super well. I'm kind of surprised it... Like, whenever you do this deployment, you have to... Oh no. Guys, this is not a map I'm gonna play. Ever. I'm sorry. Especially not with that division. That's just asking for pain. I would have played against an experienced player, although win rate is not that good. Is that the 21st Panzer guy? No, that one's very good. That one wins mostly, I think. Oh no, it's not the 21st, it's 5th Panzer anyway. But oh, not what I wanted. But yeah. No, this. Ilomans is just not fun, especially with this division. It is not fun. And it's not, it's not a map where I would ever play this on. So, don't mind that much. I don't care that much about that. Not playing that map then. I also need to double check my list. Maybe there's other divisions I could also give a try afterwards. I'm more tending towards playing an infantry division again, but I really shouldn't, because those I'm somewhat proficient with, at least. At least as far as it's going to get for me playing this game. Tatra could be another one to give a try afterwards. That will not be bad. It's actually one that I'd like to. Orisa. I think those two should be the one that I practice next. I just noticed I didn't really take a mid-range tank division. But to be honest, this is where I play infantry anyway. Like the tank divisions for me are basically open map only. And other than that, I'm more leaning towards infantry. Except for Tatra. Tatra is not an open map division. It's a fun division though. Love it. Not an open map division though. But I gotta say, it's the queue has been getting better lately. So usually I would either run into Koenig or into newer players. So it's usually getting absolutely destroyed or easy wins. And this guy, but also one that I played against in the latest Playing Every Division video, They were experienced players that I would actually stand a chance against probably if I played better divisions. But so you know, you at least get good games of it. Like this would not have been like the map was not great for my division, not at all. But you know, I think this could have been a good game if I didn't throw it with the Befehlspanther. Like it would have been an interesting one. A tough one, but an interesting one. And like I don't mind losing as hard as much if it's at least a good game. So also I can blame it on the division, you know. So in those cases, I don't mind losing as much. Just kidding. Of course, I still try to win with those and want to. Like it would be great if you also get a win with those. Like they can feel really good, which is not necessarily very possible, but you know. Now, the queue is very empty, unfortunately. So if anyone wants to snipe me, feel free to do so. Because otherwise I'm going to be waiting here forever. Yeah, I should say when I said the queue was getting better, it is getting better when you find the game. The issue is more the process of finding a game. That's not always very easy. But yeah, I always forget when they do that. Never mind, found one. I always forget that this game, while you're searching, you can also do all the stuff that you want to. So we could look at divisions, but I always forget when I do that. And I just wait there and wait and wait and wait. Usually on my phone, though, but I can't do that on the stream. Oh, Moorbrook. Is he sniping me or is he... Oh, he's definitely continuing practicing for his... Okay, so this is going to be a tough nut to crack. Because first of all... Yeah, he's sniping. Because it's Moorbrook again, and Moorbrook is way better than me. Now, also, I'm on the bad side of this map. That sucks hard. Also, he has light armor, which is also sucking hard for me. The good thing is, over here, I actually have the range. And he does not. Well, he has the Roshica, but the Roshica can't do jack shit against my heavy tanks, so... I'm actually feeling comfortable on this map with my pick. Well, not my pick, I didn't pick that, but... And I kind of did, but it's not like in a tournament setting. What's going to be tricky is those fights over here, because this is where his Splendata is definitely going to be better than whatever I can bring to the table. Another good thing is, again, at least against his tanks, this right here will do well. Now, does Splendata have a tank bust? Oh, sorry. I think it has Stukas, that much I know. Does it have tank buster? Okay, hold on, I need to check the wiki real quick. Because that makes that's going to be very important for me to know how I should deploy this. Because if he has tank buster, I need to be very careful. If he does not, I'm not going to care. Oh, it has the BF1010. I really hope it doesn't bring that. They're so disgusting and annoying. Yes, cluster planes. Okay, so I can't just put heavy tanks in there without any AVA coverage. That is not going to be a good idea. Okay, first things first, recon. Now, this is where we bring the 88. It's faster, I can use it as an opener here, it can dominate. If it runs into Roshica, it's probably not going to be that good. But for that purpose, I present to you the IG-33. This thing will win against Roshica. I'm going to put it up defensively over here. I might need to go down there eventually, but I don't want to do that right away. Good. Yes, light armor, need to be aware of that, so we're going to have to put AT down aggressively. Now, here is the problem. I kind of need to push this. This would be the classical place to push for blue side, because over here you're kind of screwed. Problem? My division is really not meant for that. So that is going to be pain. We could try to go over here. Now, here we have to be very, very careful, because the 2k advantage is actually going to go away then. Now, we can try to use things over here, but there's many angles, so I'm not a huge fan of that. What would be ideal scenario is if we take this and then we can kind of go long range E over here, maybe even up here. But that's going to require a lot of work. It's realistically not going to happen. But that would be kind of an ideal scenario for us. But we still need to decide where to push. Actually, before I deploy this, I should wait. Well, the Edge of Infantry is not going to go there without AA coverage. That much is sure. Because otherwise, it's just going to gonna get bombed with Stuka. So this is okay if we decide to just hold this and kind of fight a stalemate over here. But then I would need to push over here. That's the issue. So how are we gonna approach it? He has light armor, which is an issue because that means I can't just rush in and try to take this quickly. I'm just gonna lose my units. Okay, what we could do is these are fast. His light armor is not as fast, I think. So I hope that those should be able to get in. Then we're gonna put the bazooka over there. I know it's a weird concept, but I hope that it has a little bit more range and better line of sight onto the streets, and maybe, just maybe, you can get something that is sitting like over here. I don't actually know if that works, but if it does, that would be great. We're gonna do this, and then we just push. Simple as that. Now over here we kind of need to push eventually as well. This is where well, we don't really have AA coverage over there, so I shouldn't really put a tank over there. Okay, so we're gonna go defensive. We're gonna push here. This is set now, and then from here we try to fight our way up here, and then I think with this area here we can actually create some new pressure. Probably can't rely too much on our 2K heavy tanks though. I'm not gonna open up with one of them at the moment. Also going to put one of these defensively. I just don't want to have him rushing through. I think that is my main concern at the moment. And we are going to bring... They should... For 20 points I think should be okay in this scenario. And then have one like over here. We can just defend the flag. Also going to send in the Stostrup in here. Hopefully to hold a little bit. We need to send Stostrup and the Panzerschreck in here as well. We just put that there. We rush in here. I'm gonna take a recon, put it over there, move this over here. Wrong one. This is the right one. We're gonna put something in there. This is a mistake that I sometimes see. People not putting anything there, and then you have someone walking something in here and they get the flag. Also, you know, by the swing of the front line, you kind of see that nothing's in here. So if you have anything like over here or here, you will just, with how the front line goes, you will know that nothing's there. And that's going to make you put something there and grab that flag for basically free. So I just want to have something there that lets my opponent know that something is there. He doesn't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. He just needs to know that something's there so that he might not try to push that, because it's going to be a pain to get back. You know, if there's some pool weapons in here and in here. So this is a general concept that if there's any new people in the chat that you need to consider as well. It's not all, you don't necessarily always need to have something that is capable of fighting. Sometimes it's very important just to have something there, because as long as your opponent doesn't know what's there, he has to assume that is something dangerous, and he has to treat the situation as if that was the case. That's going to give you a lot more breathing room, because you have until he figures out that it is not something dangerous, in fact, to do whatever you want. Oh, I should definitely check if there's more horse for those left. Them coming in the regular transport is definitely not a deal. But I think we need this. We definitely are going to need this. Deal. So we need something to follow up. If we don't have armor here, we can't push long term. That also means we need AA, which is now going to mean either another 88, which honestly over here, the problem is it's too close to this. Any support gun can deal with that. If we put it over here, we could actually snipe along this side. I've never done that. There's also another deal because I ideally want to cover both of these areas just so that the cluster J87 can't get through. Maybe over here. Yeah, this looks okay. Hear me out. We can pressure whatever is in here. Let's cover it off, and we also have AA coverage, so I'm happy with that. We have a Stuggy-Buggy over here. And then we just have some infantry. Which is... Or actually... Let's take this. Yeah. Let's take this. And that will have to do. I'm not a huge fan of it, but we need AA before we bring our tanks. We don't have a ton of tanks, so if we bring them right away and he just kills them with a cluster plane, then we are really screwed. So we have to take the slow deployment, which kind of sucks because that means we're going to have a harder time getting in here. Whenever this turns into a grind, we are not well equipped to deal with that. But we kind of have to. And here, yeah, we need AA here too, so maybe it would be better to... I like the 88s to establish early dominance, like here. Maybe we can let go of the IG-33, just hope that it doesn't bring Rashidze, which is most certainly going to do. But we can bring it later on, or we bring a J87 to deal with that. I just don't... I think we need some points in here for actual pushing power. Otherwise, we're just asking to get clapped here. Alright. This looks better. This looks way better. Ready? Good luck. Have fun. Let's see what we can do. I'm forgetting to do that again, which is a good sign because, you know, the players in the tournament scene are, generally speaking, gentlemen when it comes to allowing you to take your time to deploy. Like, rushing the timer in tournaments is basically not a thing. Not sure. I don't think I've ever had it, honestly. Which is good. I like it. The queue, of course, is an entirely different story, but even there, a lot of people are nice when it comes to that. And you know, you all know how much I hate cheesy strategies, but this is about the only one that I absolutely despise. I dislike the other ones, but, you know, I think, you know, having both players at least... both players having a chance to at least fight to the best of their capabilities is, I think, what you need. We're going to smoke this off to make sure that his light armor can't just drive in there. Oh, we need this to get out there and survive. Right.
Zug einsatzbereit. Lasst sie verbrennen. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Stehen bereit.
Right, let's get something in the church tower here. Let's get another AT gun in there. He's trying to sneak the recon through there by the looks of it.
Wir geben unser Bestes. Jawohl, Kommandant. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle? Nehmt alles unter Beschuss.
Oh, look at that. Okay, we're gonna have to make sure that we can get in there. Oh, this is a bit of an issue. Now, what he does not have is, by the looks of it, is any sort of... Let's bring a proper tank over here. Doesn't have is any sort of AA at the moment, so we should really take advantage of this. And we went a bit too deep. This thing can pan it. I shouldn't risk it. I'm doing that anyway. It's just a flamer, okay. There can really go anyway. Oh. Right. Let's go fight this now. Oh, and I'm losing things to transport. Shoot to kill. You gotta be kidding me.
Front zum Feind.
Bewegung. Abstände vergrößern.
You gotta be kidding me.
Flak
Alright, let's bring this closer then. Oh, he won that. Okay, good that I already brought reinforcements.
Was sind Ihre Befehle?
And he killed it. Wow. Okay. Okay. You can come back. Now as a... Did I... Ooh! Okay. Now it's working. Good. He's not... Oh, now he's going for the flank. I need to be very careful. That thing can kill me. I would love to have a Yak Panzer IV, but just didn't have the points. I need to stick... 2 Panzer IVs. My biggest enemy. Yeah, the problem is the Stück 4 doesn't perform as well against allied armor.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Yeah, how are we gonna do that? I don't know.
Feind gesichtet.
Now, luckily I have this to deal with that. Ju-87. And I have this to cover off the open, if I had it in the correct spot. Yeah, this matchup, it's another not so great matchup. The map is certainly better than the last one, but it's still... let's unload this before it eventually gets killed. Or potentially at least. We need this now. We're not gonna stand a chance otherwise.
Brauchen Sie Feuer?
Yeah, now the AA comes out. Oh, come on, 88, you could at least hit.
Ihre Befehle?
Oh, this is so rough. Why can't I get a good matchup? Probably because the division really is not good on most maps. I think that's a realistic answer. Okay, we won this, so at least we stabilize it again. And we really need to do that. Like, it was so bad getting that map and then also that matchup for that map. And immediately as artillery. Yeah. We have to fall back over here, and we need more sticks. We still need to... Oh, yeah. Don't you do that to me. It will not be alone against the Panther. He doesn't have Panthers.
Kampfbereit.
Okay. Sir, I kindly ask you to fuck off with this. Oh, did my infantry die that was supposed to go over here? We need some CQC in there. Okay. Finally done that. The problem is now he can grind that down with infantry. There's not much I can do about it. Unless...
Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt.
Yeah, my Panzerfaust, the one died here and the other one is in the wrong side of the road. So there's not much that I can do there. Oh, he got spotted again. It's gonna die.
Wir müssen hier raus!
Yeah. Yeah.
Auf geht's! Bei Sichtkontakt Feuer nach eigenem Ermessen.
We need to be able to see again. Gonna get removed from us very quickly. Yeah, I need a mortar to deal with that. It's just gonna grind me down here, and I only have expensive units. This is so rough.
Flak bereit.
He's playing this game on hard mode. We need to wait. I can't put you in there now. I also need CQC in case he pushed there. Okay, the A is here, so the Stück's probably never gonna make it there if I try to use it, which is a shame. I gotta bring this a little bit closer back. Oh, he got spotted out in the open too. Okay. Get this into a favorable position, and then we can watch us not getting back in there. Yeah, it already got pulls off. That's a little bit too late. Okay, what we can try to do is have it like back here, and then hopefully it should be out of range. Oh no! Did I make it move over there? Damn it. We need this then. This can hold the road. Anything else really can't. Our AT gun will just get killed by the mortars, and the tank will get killed by the combo of Stück, not Stück, the Takam. And okay, now we move this over here, and then we get in there, and over here. No. Okay. I guess we just move
Verbrannte Erde.
in here now. Okay, this we can stop. You can maybe not. I don't really wanna. Let's push. No, don't. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Oh, it's gonna get forced off again. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I specifically wanted to not to get that close. Let's try it again. Might as well just use this for practice, really, because we need that anyway. We don't have any armor left to deal with that. It penned my Jagdpanzer. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, he's ground attacking. What? Okay, I think at this point... This is not really gonna go anywhere. From the other side, maybe, because then we can take the center and hold. Yeah, look at the trades. That was just not good. That's just not good. But yeah, the problem was this side, and we like the center wasn't really gonna get better, because if I was gonna be pushing in the center, I would be in an area where again my 2K tools don't really help me, and this is where he has the advantage. So with getting the bad side, I was basically doomed anyway. With the good side, it was not going to go very well either, but at least I could have gotten 2 flags in the center. I could afford to lose 2 on the flanks, which I might have realistically. So those would have been hard for me to hold. But yeah. Really bad matchup. GG's, Moobrook. GG's. Okay, we're not going to give it another try. I'm not going to get good matchups with this division. And... the first game, I felt like I kind of had a game plan. This one was just try and see if the flank works, and it didn't. So before I lose the fun with this, I'd rather switch another one. We're gonna do one toucher game, and I think then we're gonna call it a day. Maybe do 1 infantry for the finisher. But where is toucher, my beloved? Also. Hold on, did they already change the price of the MP44 unit? Because the MP44 unit is... Where is it? Where's Tatra? I am stupid, right? I missed it. I missed it 100%. It's on the top then. Do I not have a build of it? Oh, no, there we go. There we go. Alright, so. This one probably needs some changes too, but let's go. Yes. The buff already happened. It's back to 30 points. Great. Okay, so this one is a lot of fun and a lot of spam. I don't mind losing with this one because it's just disgustingly spammy. So, Recon, I want to keep it as it is. We keep that in this methodology 2. Absolutely worth it. This one, look, it's 12 man, it's junky, it has the Panzerfaust. I love it. But it's so hard to justify taking. I really wish, but it's already been said that it's never going to happen, which I think it sucks. This thing should be 10 points. It's only this division. It's the only thing that makes it good, because otherwise you would never play this just for the Panzerfaust for 15 points when you can get this or this. It's just a shame. It's just a shame. I actually don't know which of those two I would rather have. I play Maverick. I think this is a Vanguard or Maverick division. I can see Vanguard too. But for some reason, I've always played it Maverick. Probably better having it Vanguard, actually. But for a Panzerfaust sounds okay. Well, not if you compare it to the other tools that you have. That's kind of the issue with it. Right, so... like, it's not going to do more than the Ersatztruppen unless it gets this off, which is not guaranteed. Now, to spam it out and maybe catch something, it's actually quite useful. Like, I've used this for quite a while. It's just, every time I look at this, I find it very difficult to justify having it. Still, it's a very good unit. But if you want to have disheartened, these would do better. If you want to have something cheap, this would do it as well. This can also count as reasonably cheap and has also good availability. These still have low availability. That's about the only downside to it. The Volkssturm. To those compared to the Volkssturm. That's a thing for later. As always, I take this in A phase because I can combine it with Flamers. So whenever I have only one Sturmpire, this is the way I do it. And the reason is in AFS I can realistically micro it later on, not so much, but also again I can combine it with the flamers, and that makes a decent enough combo actually. Leader, do we have auto transport? No, we're taking this. It's nice to have. 5 points, basically nothing. It's slow. That's the only downside. But you know, leader coming last is not that big of a deal for me compared to leader coming too quickly, because then it might just gonna get killed. Volkssturm should be 10 points. Yes, I agree. I really hope so. I think I even asked in the Discord once and Gunther said no. So, guess it's not going to happen. But I mean, considering that this is the only division that has it, and the division is not problematic at all, I think it would be okay. But it is not. Yes. A-phase Panzergrenz, we need something with firepower in A-phase. In B-phase, we have at least this with double MGs, which is not that much, but it's okay. And that's about it for A phase, which maybe needs some more reinforcements. But because I'm playing in Maverick, I want to have something more in B phase than just this. So this is where I could see myself changing it up a little bit. We don't really have enough pushing power in terms of infantry in A phase. This is good for just taking fire. Now also, by the way, I also forgot, Feldjäger, really good. And what this does, it's going to make it so that, you know, if you take these, it's not that bad because you combine them with the Feldjäger. So I have an even harder time justifying the Volkssturm, especially since light armor is not something we're struggling with. So, you know what? Today's a day of crazy things. We're going to change it. I think the MG26 is better than this one. I think this one is one of the worst ones in the game. So I'll just go with that. Yeah, Feldjäger's in A phase, which is good because that's where it generates the most pressure. I think at this point we really should. Okay. While we're talking about trying different things. Might as well give it a try, Vanguard, but I want to keep the build just so that I don't have to do it again. But since it was brought up, I've only ever played in Maverick and it's worked well so far, but I can definitely see Vanguard being better for this. I haven't played Vanguard for quite a long time. I've only more recently started getting into it and I love it. But okay. So recon tab, I don't think I would change that. Curb says double vetted 38T. Honestly, I get the point of it, but for me, having the capability of spamming more of them kind of outweighs the argument, like the double value that I get from it. But having 20 rounds a minute is incredibly good, and definitely better than 17. But I still like to have more spam, honestly. Now this is another thing. This, by the way, is really cool. It's another one. Actually, 116 has those two Panzer IIIs, but I don't do vet curve. But at least it has better vet curve than 26, which because it's going to go down from 6 to 5. I still use them, however, I'm not so sure anymore about this division actually needing it. The Tiger, we're still going to take it in B phase, I think. Although, tough choice, really. Now, Panzer IV or Stück 3. We do have enough cheap thing. I think having something that can actually survive for a bit is better long term. It's better in A phase. Although we do have our options in the 18 tab for that, so I'm not so sure if we really need it. I think the build is probably not going to change all that much. The infantry tab is going to change, and that's about it. Now I used to take the Hetzer, but the more I play this, I think the more I think it's better to just for 15 points more get the Jagdpanzer IV early on. It's just going to perform so much better than the Hetzer. And for 15 points, it's hard to complain, really. Like, I love the Hetzer, it's a fun unit, but I actually think that this is probably better. This one, still love it. Great multi-purpose thing. Panzerschreck, no question, we want that. Pack 40, we should get one. We want to have some ranged AT. And I actually don't bring this. I just accept the fact that this is not a 2K division. And I'm not going to bother with taking it. We don't have the 2K HE anyway, so I just don't take the Krupp. Simple as that. Yeah. Oh, the Marder we want to take as well. So now we also want to take the light AT. So we have to go back to this eventually. For now, I'm going to leave it as it is. Flak-Zwilling, we need it. 88. I still like it in B phase so that we get a little bit more, because 2 of those and 2 88s can be critical at times. And And it helped us getting the bit 2k that we want. Still not good. Like, we're still not going to win against a dedicated 2k division with it. There's just no way. Now, over here, Wolfram is just fantastic in the right spots. No debate there. We're going to take that. We want to take something in A phase. Maybe you're going to take these, actually. I used to take them in B phase, but maybe take them in A phase. Take, like, I don't know, one more of those. Now, these are still bad. These, I've tried it, and I've not been convinced by it, I have to admit. So, I'm not going to bother. Once of effort is good, but only one is not that good. And yeah, we also need to think about how we do the ammo situation, because in A phase is utterly useless if we don't bring the ammo to come with it. It's going to get 2 strikes, and then it's useless. So, something to think about. But for now, this looks okay. Now here, we bring this. I used to just take this for cheaper recon and then this for the J87, but there's really no point in taking both things. It's way more slot efficient like this. Now here's the thing. This thing is disgusting, but we're still going to take it. It is useful, and it gives us some firepower to catch things. It's fast enough probably to catch some things or intercept them. The loadout is pretty good. Like, this thing can shoot things down. So it at least gives us some firepower in that regard. Do we want to have a proper bomber? Maybe long term. But I think that's about all the air we're going to need. I don't necessarily think we need a J88. This thing sucks. This thing, I don't think we need on top of that. For just strafing alone, this is actually better. And it's very cheap. It's just fast, so we don't have any fighting capabilities with it. Like fighter capabilities. That's what I wanted to say. Maybe I'm going to switch them later on. But for now, let's leave it at that. Support tab. All good things in B phase, in A phase. This in A phase. This in A phase. Yes, please. Machine gun. Yep. IG. Yes. Ammo. 2 is not a whole lot. That's the issue. Well, if you don't bring this right away in A phase, I think it should be okay bringing the ammo in B phase. And I would really love to fit this in as well, but I just can't see myself having room for it. Also, with how spammy we're playing anyway, I think we can afford not taking this. The problem is, we've seen this in like today's game against Moobrook, and I've experienced this multiple times now. Whenever you get bogged down, and it will happen even if you build your division in a way that it's not supposed to happen, and your opponent has this and you don't, you are royally fucked. There's just not much we can change about that. Alright, so we take the Schupo. We take this thing in A phase now. Double that. Okay, no. Panzergren. We need a regular Panzergren, I think. And we still take this because we can still micro it probably. B phase. More CQC. More Panzergren. And now we're running out. So now we need to change things around a little bit. Do we need a Tiger at all? Do we just drop it? As bad as this looks. Also, do we need this? I don't think we do. This should do. Because we still need some infantry long term. And I do want to have my leader with... Where is it? There we go. Do they also have something special? I know I checked, but I didn't remember what they have. No, they don't. Okay. And now that will be it. Is that a good build? We probably want to have some light AT still. This one is more range. 90 minutes of pen is actually really good. Wow. Yeah, we take this. Do we really need light AT though? We have these, we have... They're not super fast. I don't know, I still like having light AT around. I dodged the Pak 40 because we do have an 88 if you really need it. We have the Mardes, we have the Stux. We have the pen if we need it. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's going to be alright. Maybe. Oh, the 88 we don't have an A-Phase actually. We have the Marder. We have the Jagdpanzer. I think it's okay. It's okay. Tatra is another one of this division where there's so many good things that you want to take and you just can't take everything. And you have to cut down on some things that you'd really like to take. Like some cheaper activation points and support tab and AT tab will really make this division a lot better. But like it's not going to take away from the weaknesses ultimately. I think it's just hard to decide rather than like, I don't think the division is, actually, no, I should correct myself. I don't think the division is going to get much better. It's going to get a little more flexible, which makes it more playable for the queue. But for any other, in any other way, it's not like the actual performance, I don't think is going to increase drastically. It just makes it more flexible to react to situations, like different situations that they might encounter in quick play and different maps. But yeah, how does this look? I think it looks like we can try it, at least. I always hate my builds, and probably there's a reason for that. But whenever I try to change it, I'm like, nah, I like it as it was. So we just have to leave it as it is. All right, let's see what we can do with this bad boy. This division is just generally fun and generally really annoying to play against. I have to say that too. But yeah. Let's see. I really would have loved for the tournament to Fizz, which is kind of similar to that, but still different. I would have loved to fit 7th SD in there as well. But going only access, it's not really an option. If that goes absolutely horrible too, I'm gonna give myself a good game with a good division. But I really hope it's not gonna get that far. Oh, someone that's searching. Let's go. There we go. Let's see if Morbrook is sniping me again. Because that's going to be another loss then. Let's see what we find. Ooh. Okay, don't know my opponent. Don't like the map. It's a good map, actually. I'm really bad at this. Now, I think this is a good matchup. Yeah, I would think it is, because my infantry should be better for the most part, at least cost to performance ratio. We do have tools to deal with light armor. The Cromwells will not really be able to beat us, and the Panzerforce are a good unit to deal with the Cromwell because it's just cheaper for basically the same performance. Stücks are good. These things can pen Cromwells. These things cannot be penned by Cromwells. Now, he does have some Fireflies, but I can deal with those at least up close relatively efficiently. So I like that. I like those odds. His Wolverines, those are maybe the most dangerous ones. His artillery is also not to be underestimated, and he does have light armor for the opener. So this I need to keep in mind. A good thing that I have these. Can do with that. Also, this is freeze for this purpose actually quite good, because you can put it here. It has a fast rate of fire. It can deal with that light armor too. We're going to take those, and there might be half tracks with 50 cals around early on, so we have to be careful. 50 cals are going to be a bit of an issue, and we have to be very careful with our armor in the town. So again, the town is something that with this matchup, I don't really want to contest too heavily. We're still going to put some things in there. This time we don't have a ton of Panzer Shreks to waste, so I want to use them more carefully. Oh, this is also very good to counter light armor, by the way. The accuracy of the AP shell is decent. So I'm going to take a look. This thing, 55 minutes of pen not great, but against light armor it's going to do. Can even do against a crumble. And 8 damage for light armor is what you need. Fast rate of fire, decent accuracy. The armor is actually good enough to, you know, not get penned by light armor easily. And it's only 20 points. I mean, what else do you want? This thing is really good. Also good for infantry support. So the only sad thing is we only get 4 of it. We have to make those count, which I think we will. Now in terms of CQC, we have more and better. Not by a lot, but it is a bit better, I would argue. So having that over here is, I think, we can go as well. Hello? Ah, there we go. It's lagging a little bit, which is not a good sign. Yeah, I think the win condition again is pushing this. We have to win this again, and then we push into this. Should be reasonable. Once we have this over here secured again, which is definitely going to push into there, we can then establish ourselves over here, pressure this flag, hopefully put something in there. But I think getting this first is the way to go. Cut him off, then we expand over here. If it needs to be, we just let go of the town. My biggest worry there is light armor, really. Pushing through early on. Actually, for this purpose, it might not be bad to just have a stick here ready to support. It doesn't need to do much, it just needs to be there. Again, also holding the flag as a key thing it needs to do. Then we try to get up there, where if we are very careful, we can use those. But it has to be in the right spot, supported by infantry. We need some infantry over here and over here. As the Pia can't get close to it, but we can support our infantry if needed. Now, if we just gamble on our opponent not putting anything over here that can deal with tanks, we can maybe put that over there and do the same thing. It's not great for infantry support, but it has 1 rifle, and it has 40 AG shells. So I would expect it to do something. Like this thing is going to absolutely shred over there. So this is 100% that's going to go there. We are going to bring some support with it. And some cheap firepower, I reckon. That should do. Later on we push back in here with CQC. But for now, I think we're just not going to bother with it. And, you know, we can also just bomb it. If it doesn't have a force of my recon plane. Now, as for the open. This has worked actually wonderfully last time. So we're just going to repeat that. Never change the running system. The good thing, like, this is one of the big weaknesses of the Commonwealth. They don't have assault guns in that sense. So bring something like this out. You can outrange the Vickers, and you can actually deal with some light armor with it. So I like them a lot for just that reason alone. Do we follow up with a proper tank? I think we should. He does get AT planes. We need to be more careful this time. But I think we're going to follow up with this. Because this, he should have a hard time penning. Unless it's a Firefly. But shit happens. And can just happen to us. If so, just going to accept the loss over there. What we also need to do is put recon. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We don't need 2 of those then over there. Because we want to bring the recon in there anyway. So we can put that. We just walk the recon down there and send this over here as well. That's good. Then we will have to walk the recon over here. That's all right. Over here, can we get away with not having it? I don't think we can. So let's put it there. Have the SPW like tucked in here, where it can shoot at that range, but it should be not in range of Piats. This is the kind of positioning that you sometimes see very good players do very quickly and automatically, and I'm very impressed because I can't do that. It takes me forever to find good spots. Although maybe they just sometimes don't put in the perfect spot like I try to find, and that's probably why it's so fast and still good enough at the end of the day. Then we also wanted to bring some infantry over here to make sure we're not going to get easily pushed off there. And we can't get a Piat moving in here and killing our precious tanks. Alright, rest is sent to deployment. Do we bring the early A? I don't like to bring the A right away because then it's like caught here in a very weird and not ideal spot. I think we're definitely going to focus here in this area. But we need to apply more pressure over there. That's for sure. We definitely need to win the fight in, like, up there. We have more flamers, which we do. And we have more other infantry units. We can send them up here. This is where I'm going to bring a Panzerschrecker right away. Because he will have half-tracks there. He will have some armor there. And I need... Oh, actually, hold on. Please not that direction. We're gonna take the safe way. Because if he rushes up here, he can snipe the transport as they drive up there. And not really something I want to have happening. We can still take two of those, two of those take the direct way. And if they get through good, I get in there early. If not, nothing lost for it. Okay. So we get a follow-up with a Jagdpanzer IV. Do we need anything else for that opener? I think it needs more. We can't afford the A now anyway. But I don't think it's going to take the AT planes in A phase if he plays it balanced. It's a gamble. He might. If he does, I'm kind of screwed. This would be a bit of an overinvestment. What do we do? Maybe some cheap armor to follow up on this. Stück to follow up on this. Two Panzer III sounds good. Good way. Let's put... is there any... No, there's no reason to take them over here to get in there. Might as well just put them there frontally. Actually, let's make the R now. That's more expensive. Can we cut back on anything to make that affordable? Anything that we don't really know. Over here we need the things that we have. Do we need this? If the SPW, I think it's okay to not have it. I don't rush with these because I don't have the range. If it was the one with this the 75mm, I wouldn't mind. But right now, I don't want to have it. But yeah, some more firepower, then we can actually push with our tanks. And I think we could bring one of those for support, although that's probably not used super well here, the open if you already have the IG. Although an extra sniper is really not going to hurt. Could also move it. Oh, we can move that up here. That's a good move. Ready when you are. And let's see if that's going to work. I have no idea. Good luck. Have fun. Let's see what awaits us there. I think he has a Recon Typhoon, but only in B phase. If he brings Recon in A phase, it's going to be the, what's it called? The 15-point planes. So this one should be safe. I highly doubt he brings an actual, like, fighter bomber just for this. If he does, I think it's stupid. No, that was a misclick, just to be clear. I'm not that kind of guy. Okay. What is that? Is that a Crusader? It is. So AA is around. Only over there though, by the looks of it. Can we get that out and re-attack over there? That would be ideal. That's what I want. Something's being put there. Let's hope it's something defensive and not something aggressive. Right, let's get in and kill that. Right, Staghounds. Die to my blobberfied G18s. Oh, it is a support Cromwell. Yikes. No. Don't. Right, we need... Yeah, we got that off. No, okay, you need to take the safe route. You need something over here just to hold that flag. You can do. Don't reveal yourself. This is the perfect unit to deal with that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Bereit, einem Panzer den Garaus zu machen. Es hat Unteroffizier Stein erwischt. Ich habe hier das Kommando.
Not really what I wanted.
Koordinate.
I think we can just strafe that directly. Oh, I still got it. I'm gonna get another one of those then.
Der ist hinüber. Please,
Okay,
don't shoot.
re-engage. Charge!
Panzerkompanie bereit.
Wir geben unser Bestes. Ich höre, Hauptmann. Der ist hinüber.
Alright, push. Push.
Panzerkompanie bereit.
Marsch, Marsch.
17 there is going to be a big issue because we never really go that way. But those can strafe it later on. Right, both is also in there. Now we can bring one of these up there.
Verdammt, bleihaltige Luft hier.
Push this. And we can push like this. We also need more light armor now. Okay, take it all out. Good. Reinforcements are coming. We need to put something over there quickly to just to make him know that.
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr
Let him
Kommandant.
know that he can't just go there.
Holen Sie das Fernglas raus, ruft's.
That's going to be very important.
Zieh den Arsch anhalten.
Alright, let's clear that out. What do we... Oh, okay. Something's over... Oh, the 17 pounder, of course. Should have known that.
Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Ohren.
We can put this into like a defensive position over here. You push up here, you can move up there. You move up here, but this will also cover off this, so we can't easily push over there. Let's spread these out a little bit, just in case there's any airstrikes happening. And let's continue to keep up the pressure.
Wie lautet der Plan?
Can we maybe put that into like an aggressive position where I can snipe some transports? Maybe. Let's just try. This cheap, we have it. We should get the aid now. This is the point where he might start to bring... Okay, we need to bring this up here as well. We need to find a way to deal with that. Actually, I have my way to deal with that. And we can start... boop. Just make it a little bit harder for him. Let's put something in there. And now we need to react with the cheap stick. Oh, he has a Crusader over there. I should have waited for this. Crusader might now stop this.
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen.
Yeah. Damn it. Okay. Oh, we're gonna find a way to deal with that.
Höre Sie klar und deutlich.
Let's get up here.
Vorwärts, Männer, aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando. Hoch auf dem Gelb.
Oh, I forgot about the recon crumble over there. That's actually not ideal. We cannot range that though, like that. And we are gonna get 2 of those in now. We are gonna get this thing in here,
Sanitäter!
and I can hold that off. If possible, I don't want to lose that additional flank right there. Anything else is okay. Let's push that up a little bit. Let's get to 59 if we can.
Der ist hinüber.
Feuer und Bewegung!
And this.
Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Ohren, Kommandant?
So here's the thing, Stagan will need 2 hits to kill this. I think you only got 1 though. Up close, this can stress it out enough. Yeah. If it would have shot it directly, this could have been fast enough to stress it out enough that it couldn't really return fire
Rot 1 an alle.
nicely.
Funküberprüfung. Kommen.
I think we're gonna bring one of these up here. Actually, no.
Hier Rot
We have
2,
another one
gesichtet.
of these guys. Let's bring it up.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
And then we take out that, and then we need to find a way to deal with this. But I think 2 of those should do the trick once again. And we can bring one of these up close where it can actually really defend itself. This should do the trick over there too. German versus a blob of Panzer Freeze should be okay for me. I leave the APCR on purpose, because with all of these, I think I'm bound to happen. Like something good is bound to happen, really. Oh, he's bringing out the big artillery now.
Wir haben keine Munition mehr.
Die Gruppe erwartet ihre Befehle.
Right, let's see what we have here with my recon one.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans!
Oh, it's okay. I guess we're gonna have to bring artillery on ourselves if we bring the Wolfram in here, which is a bit risky because he might have something that's time to deal with it. We can bring it up here. Let's take this way. It's safer. But let's not take any risk that we don't have to. Let's move one of them over there and see what we can do with it.
Feind direkt
And then we have to wait for our Stück to arrive. I forgot we have another Stück over here.
Kampfbereit.
So let's just pressure him there continuously.
Ist hinüber.
And let's move those into more covered positions where the infantry can actually spot for them, because right now I think it's very risky. They can very easily
Zug
die.
einsatzbereit.
Right.
Ich höre.
Oh yeah. Can you attack this, please?
Überprüft Waffen und
Let's
Munition.
let you move forward. And then we just need to take one flag somehow. And then I think we're good.
Ich höre. Scheiße, das war knapp. Unten bleiben.
Alright. Let's just try this then.
Ziel zerstört.
We need to follow up here with some CQC, I reckon.
Rot 6.
Can you just engage that, please?
Hier Rot 2. Feindgesicht.
If that's down, I think I'm back in business. My flag feeling I don't want it up there. It's a little bit too visible, and I'm gonna bring, I'm 100% gonna bring
Lauten Ihre Befehle.
this to it, so that we can make sure that it's gonna perform at maximum
Beine in die Hand.
capacity. Right, we just need to be very careful that we don't lose anything to that 17-pounder in case he moves it. He's using his arm, he's moving his arm, which is definitely good. Okay, now I'm very happy with just pushing that. Maybe a bit risky, but you know. We should pull that back, because otherwise what's going to happen is... Actually, we can just do that.
Was sind Ihre Befehle?
Oh, I switched it off. Wrong hotkey.
Wahrer Gefechtsgeschwindigkeit.
And take it out from there. This should just... Oh no, that's the same. Okay, over here we stabilized things a little bit. Can't use them at the moment anyway. Maybe two of them was a bit of an overkill. Well, it was useful in that moment.
Scheiße, das war knapp.
And then... Yeah, after KH is a bit tricky now.
Ruhe. Herhören. Es hat mich erwischt.
Let's see what this can do on its own. Can be useful.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit.
Good. Got that covered.
Vorwärts, Männer. Aber schießt erst auf mein
Let
Kommando.
him push out a little bit, see what he can do. Let's put this in a nice position. Defense group shoot. Well, it's still gonna win it apparently. Gonna have to put something here that is actually useful. I'll put one of those over here. It's perfect support position for it. Pellegrin's getting engaged. Oh, okay, this is now where having 2k would have been useful, although I don't really want to use my Tiger against those Fireflies. Now, what I'm very happy to see is that my Troopers are going to get in, it's going to give me 59. It's just going to create a little bit of pressure. That's all that I want. Let's move him up here and then strike this. And let's get some actual tanks ready here. Because if they just pin and don't kill, I can still follow up with those. Although I can also follow up with the Strafer. So I think I should focus the Bofors, because then these are going to get in. If I focus the 17-pounder, the Bofors still going to be there. I think that is going to be the most reasonable take on this. There's still a Bofors over there. I forgot about that too. Alright. Alright. Let's get supplies ready so that the Wolfram can be reloaded. We have to move it afterwards. Didn't I not tell you to move at some point? Well, okay, 2 Fireflies. I don't mind it being in that position. I can put that in that position as well, and then over here we get 2 of those ready to deal with those Fireflies if they ever get closer. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Yeah, I forgot that. Maybe he can just pull out a Sherman over there. Alright. Yeah, now he wants to use that for strafing, but my flag filling is single right now. So, we're not going to get that. We move it already because it's going to target it, for sure. I'll actually lose that. No. What did we say about targeting the Bofors? Well, the Jäger died over here. Not ideal.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Alright. Let's target that Bofors. And then we move again.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
I was gonna say, that's probably not the best fight. We're gonna wait till we get more Panzer Freeze, which is about now. Heat on the stick is pretty good. I reckon. It is okay. It's not phenomenal. Right.
Raketen geladen, Kommandant.
Oh, okay. Nope, you are not going to get that.
Wir müssen hier raus! Das Ziel ist nur noch ein Haufen Staub.
Got that?
Bereit zum Angriff.
Kill that. Move. You move as well.
Deckung!
You can follow that up later on.
Achtung, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
Full attack mode. Oh, actually, those are not useful anymore. With the fireflies being over there.
Verdammt, bleihaltige Luft hier.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Okay. Really underperforming now. I'll fold that back.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Brauchen
Okay.
Tempo.
You are now the sole focus of this push. You can follow up, you can follow up, you can follow up, you can follow up. And light armor
Direkt vor eigener Stellung.
shall move in and take the wrong direction by the looks of it.
Der Motor überhitzt.
My Super's going to win that. I'm quite happy actually.
Das hat
See if we can get one of these in here.
direkt vor eigener Stellung.
You just need to go over here. I need to be able to
Rodel aufgehen. Mir nach.
survive that.
Zieh den Arsch an Hand.
Okay. Yeah, oh, actually, yeah, you also need to focus on that now. Panzerfalls are taking care of that. Not what I wanted. Good. Good, 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 good. Keep on the pressure. What did I lose? This flag again.
Infanterie
Not for
bereit.
long though. Let's move that over here so that we can deal with that annoying thing over there. We can also bring one of those. Yeah. Panzer's engaging the Firefly. Love that. Got that back. It's actually going to give us that flag back. No, it's not going to give us that flag back. Never mind.
Ruhe. Herhören.
Alright. Let's push, push, push. This is all that I know of the... It's actually really bad because I don't know how to play non-hyper-aggressive divisions anymore, but this is definitely a hyper-aggressive division. Actually, it's good that this was stopped. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't take... Well, actually, this way is okay. Well, now that we're already fighting it. And I hate that. Sherman's going to get the kill there, but we just have to move, I think. What did he take out? Nothing by the looks of it. We're going to take these now.
Vorwärts, aber schließ die Flanken.
Right. So the reason why I didn't buy artillery is because I think he is actually happy to play the arty game, since I'm going to reward him from having bought that earlier. I forgot that these have low turret rotations, so... Dum 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 dum. We're not going to fight that with the other Panzer III. Just going to take the lost air and disengage. It's not worth it. Oh, Jesus, this is becoming super laggy. No, we definitely want to have that back. It actually got shot up. That's good. We're just going to get back in here, where it's nice and cozy, and we're going to relax there for a bit. Now, this is a very target-rich environment, which I'm more than happy to shoot at. We're also in range, actually. Very good. Very good. He's moving it. Okay, this is probably the lead we need. Firefly, engageable now for my Martyrs. We're going to do that. Got that back. That's good. And can we just try to sneak one? Oh, no. Misclick. I should just... No. Okay. That's what I get for using the fast move when it's actually not really time to do that. I haven't actually used these yet. Just use those to deal with that. But then we need to get AA coverage for it. Oh, you know what you're going for. You're not gonna get it. Woo. Okay, we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide that back here. We're gonna. We're gonna hide that back there. Now let's get some of these guys in there, and then we drive them over there. Let's see what we can do. Oh, apparently, okay, it's just out of range, so I might lose that. Okay, that was a fast game. It was a fun game though. I feel so, like, I really need to... I know, I used to play more methodically and grind the divisions. For somehow I had to switch and I can only play these now. But it worked, so... Actually, Vanguard feels good on those. Thank you, Curb. Did I just crush a noob though? Yeah, it's not that many games. But, you know, it worked. I'm glad that I did not lose that Wolfram. That would have been the misplay of the... No, the misplay of the century we already had with the Befehlssteiger. That was the misplay of the week for sure. Runner of the month. Yeah, maybe Kerr, but to be honest, I found that 59 very often works, and pushing the 18.6 if you don't have fantastic tools to push, I often find that pushing further is very often very dangerous. What I should have done though is definitely I should have what I started building up to push move to the right. Should have done that way earlier. I've really fortified the push that I got, but I think I should have shifted, used the momentum that I've gotten. So this is definitely something that I should have done. So push more, but not. Again, I don't like going for the 18.6, and so far I felt like from my experience it's not necessary, because usually when you get that, if you can get there, you've won the game anyway. Like, this is not what's winning your game most of the time for me. But we've had this discussion. I know you have a different opinion on the requirement of getting an 18.6 or not. Admittedly, also in this case, of course, it was a newer player, so that made it a bit easier to make it work with the 15.9. So it's that. But anyway, it's a fun one. It's definitely, I agree with you, it is good for C tier. The problem is it's not B tier. Like Tatra is, you can't put it into B tier. I mean, with kind of C there, which is certainly good for, but it has, I think it has, for one of the bad divisions, it has a decent amount of flexibility. So I think C tier, that could maybe push it, but I still don't think it's good enough that it can last in B tier, honestly. But I mean, as we figured out, I think the tournament tier list needs some rework anyway for a next tournament that most likely I'm definitely going to host that again, because it's just a fun rule set. Because yeah, I think we're pushing the limits with the rebalancing. With the rebalancing that we've gotten, I think we need to. There needs to be different prices. Probably more. I think I agree now, having that we're running it, that we need more tiers, and then we need more price adjustments. I think we need one more like slot in between in the high tier ones, and we need one more in the low tier ones, just to make some differentiation there. Playing another, I think I'm gonna call it for today, since it's during week time and I do have to go to work again tomorrow. So I'd rather stop a little bit earlier than a little bit too late. But I'm gonna do more in channel in the near future, because now I have some more time for it, and I like doing them, and I also need to practice more anyway. So I do want to get into better form. So, you know, if I'm gonna have to, that sounds like a bad thing. If I'm gonna play anyway, might as well just stream it sometimes. So it's of course going to be a little bit less efficient for just playing and getting the experience, but at the same time, yeah, it's more fun. So I like it that way. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, so see you all in the next one. Should hopefully not take as long as between the last one and this one. Also, I might live cast some games again, since they're also announced for my tournament at the moment. But at the moment, most of them are at times where I'm not home yet, so it hasn't happened yet, but I hopefully catch some games again and give you some beautiful live casts and other things like that. And let's see what we can do now that the stream is happening again. So anyway, thanks for watching again. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever you have, and see you all in the next one.